Jalen has the ball in his hands, and Jalen's creating open looks for guys. But we've seen it this year. Mike Brown, he's given everyone the opportunity to, if they feel like they have a matchup and they can attack and be aggressive and make a play and make a shot and take a shot, he gives them total freedom. And I think that was very evident in the way Deuce McBride played when he got the start. He just said, this is my opportunity to make plays for my coach, for my team. He did it. And he's going to have to just continue that same mentality and mindset because Mike Brown loves him off the bench, loves him as a starter. You can tell Mike's really getting a lot of effective play out of Deuce.
And Mike is not, and I should say Mike Brown, not apologizing at all for the way that he's gone about using his rotation, right? He's playing a lot of guys. You're seeing a lot of players out there, and he's unapologetic about it because this is kind of what we expected going into the season. And you have another guy out there, for example, in Landry Shamet, who's going to start again tonight in place of OG Anunoby. He's got a handful of starts under his belt. And the Landry Shamet conversation, Wally, is so fascinating because we know the ordeal that he faced last year and battling injury and the whole thing, and we didn't even know if he was going to be on this team again this year. So to find this guy in the position that he is right now to where he's starting games for this team and actually had a couple of big moments already this season, I think it speaks again to the quality of depth that this roster currently has.
Yeah, and it speaks to the quality of continuity and what it means for a player. You could tell Landry Shamet, the way he stepped up and played in the playoffs, especially in the Eastern Conference Finals, he loves playing in New York. Just the way he handles himself to the media, he loves the locker room. He's got the DNA of like a Jalen Brunson and a Villanova type. He's just a very professional player, and as a result, you want to be in that locker room. You never know when you're going to go to another team, what the culture is in the locker room. So having come back, he's playing some of his best basketball of his career. Obviously, the career high on Friday night was very eye-opening, and it's great to see the way this team in the locker room, guys are stepping up when their number's called. And believe me, if the coach didn't give other guys opportunities to make those plays and to get those minutes, it wouldn't happen. And I don't know if it would have happened last year. It goes both ways. Maybe Landry Shamet didn't deserve as many minutes and didn't deserve as many opportunities because you mentioned he was coming off the injury. But this year, boy, is he taking advantage and playing some great basketball.
No doubt about that. We get into one of these matchups again, Wally, tonight when you're looking at this Dallas team, and you don't ever want to fall into the trap, right? When you look on paper about what a team is, and then you see who's not even available for that team. But apart from, who's healthy, who's not healthy, you look at just the black and white this year for this Dallas Mavericks team. I mean, they're kind of against the grain of what the modern NBA is in the fact that they don't make a lot of threes. They make the fewest amount of threes per game in the NBA. They don't shoot it very well for three. Throw in the fact the key players that aren't going to be in uniform tonight, they're struggling all the way around, and it really seems primed for a good chance for the Knicks to get that elusive road victory.
Yeah, but this Dallas team has posed problems for the Knicks. I mean, a guy like Nazi Marshall had his career high last year, 38 points. Last year in the two meetings against the Knicks, he averaged 34 points a game on 64% shooting, and he's still on this roster. So I'm sure the Knicks are going to have that in bold print on the scouting report for sure. It's not easy to win on the road in the NBA. This is a young Mavericks team that, yes, they're struggling. You don't want to let them show any life. You don't want to let this crowd get into the game. And the Knicks have a very professional locker room. They've had a lot of success, a lot of those guys in that locker room. So I anticipate complete locked-in focus to get that first win on the road tonight.
Don't let them off the mat, as they say. All right, Wally, it's time now for your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep. What do you think it's going to take tonight?
Generate better three-point looks. With Jalen Brunson in the lineup, he's going to help draw defense. He's going to help the offense look a little bit more fluid, not as much one-on-one, not as many forced threes, quick threes, and generate them also from the corners. That's going to be very key. If you can generate from the corners, that's huge. I think get off to a really good start, because if you get a lead on this young, struggling Dallas Mavericks team, the crowd could turn on them a little bit, because there's been a lot of crazy stuff going on. We all know the GM was let go, Nico Harrison. And it's not a fun place to be as a franchise when at home you're not playing good basketball. So you got to get off to a big lead if you're the Knicks immediately. And the final thing is continue to dominate the boards. Cat's been great. Josh Hart, is playing big minutes, and he's the best rebounder under 6'5" and under in the NBA. So that rebounding component, and the Knicks are third in the NBA, has been huge for them. So continue to dominate that and don't give this young team that's not a great shooting team extra possessions.
That was your Keys to the Game, presented by Princeton Jeep. Visit them at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey for the best deals or offers, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com to see all the fantastic vehicles in stock, and tell them that Rick Brunson sent you. Wally, outstanding stuff, my friend. Looking forward to hearing from you and Pat on the call. We'll catch up again after the game.
Can't wait.
All righty, that is Wally Serbiak, and I will talk to you again coming up at halftime. But next, we will send it to the aforementioned duo of Pat O'Keefe and Wally Serbiak. They've got the call for you. Little Wednesday night hoops in Dallas. The Knickerbockers and the Mavericks. And New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues right after this timeout. Enjoy the game, everybody.
This has been the New York Knicks pregame show. Get ready. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Wild Turkey Bourbon master distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Rebound tapped to McBride. Right side, Anunoby an open three. That's good.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Tries baseline, lays it up, but he's blocked. Hart swoops in for the putback. And it's a three-point Knicks lead. Timeout, Chicago.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
One-on-one with Maxey. Steps through, kicks it out. Brunson again. Knocks it down. 2 in a row for Jalen Brunson. Knicks lead 101-95.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Now here's Wally Zerbiak. And with the play-by-play, here's Pat O'Keefe on the MSG Radio Network.
And tonight, the New York Knicks 5-game road trip continues as the Knicks are still in search of their first road victory of the season. They will look to pick that up this evening against the Dallas Mavericks. On Monday night, the trip began with a last-second 115-113 loss in Miami when a furious Knicks rally from 10 points down in the final 3 minutes came up just short. Hello, everyone. Pat O'Keefe in for Tyler Murray, who's on the TV broadcast tonight. It is great to be joined by Wally Zerbiak, who's in for Monica. Wally, we begin with excellent news for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson, after missing the last 2 games with that sprained ankle, he's back in his former home. And, of course, Brunson in the starting lineup tonight.
Yeah, that is very comforting to hear for all of us, all New York Knicks fans. The coaching staff, 28 points, 6.5 assists, 3.5 rebounds. it's going to really open up the offense for the Knicks. Obviously, the Knicks have been a prolific offensive team, and with him back in the lineup, it's only going to get better.
You know, Mike Brown was asked about the Knicks' depth and their bench unit before the game, and in Brunson's absence, we did see some standout performances from that group. Landry Shamet had that career-high 36 game on Friday against Miami. Jordan Clarkson gave them 24, but it was on Monday night in Miami where Deuce McBride, especially in that fourth quarter, became the Knicks' go-to guy as he finished with a season-high 25 points.
Yeah, he looked to score, he looked to attack, and that's what you have to do. You can't go out there and play passive. You can't think. You got to make plays. And Deuce was great. Made those 2 threes, like you mentioned, when they were down 10, under 3 minutes to get that lead, get that game back where the Knicks had a chance. You know, this is a big one, obviously, that the Knicks have to get a road win. It's unbelievable. They're 0-4 when they've had success in the past few years on the road. So let's see if they can beat this lowly Dallas Mavericks team.
In recent years, that success on the road that you mentioned has not translated to this building. This has been a tough place for the Knicks. They've lost 3 straight here, some very difficult defeats as well. But as most NBA fans know, this is a very different Dallas Mavericks team. It's been a turbulent season so far. They're 4-11. Last week, they fired their general manager, Nico Harrison. Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick in the draft, is off to a good start. Unfortunately, he's a guy that you and I were excited to see tonight. We're not going to see him as he's out with an illness as well.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Just as an NBA fan and a fan of his at Duke last year, he's a generational talent, #1 pick in the draft, just a really good kid, young too, only 18 years old. But he plays wiser beyond his years, and it would have been fun to see him out on the floor going up against a guy like Mikal Bridges and Jalen Brunson, you know, because I think Cooper's going to be a superstar and an all-star perennially in a short time. But he's not in the lineup. Knicks can't worry about that. They got to worry about what they can control, and that's getting their first road win.
OG Anunoby is still out tonight, so Landry Shamet, he gets the start again. He's become a guy who Mike Brown really has a lot of trust in. As the Knicks' 6th man and occasional spot starter, he has earned the minutes that have come to him.
He sure has. I've seen a side of Landry Shamet I didn't know he had. Watching him throughout his whole NBA career, he has the complete package. The way he's scoring, taking the ball to the basket to complement his exceptional three-point shooting off the dribble, off the catch. It's just been very impressive to see. I love the energy he plays with. He really attacks on both ends of the floor. He looks like he's cutting hard. He's absorbing the new offense. He's really soaking in what the new coaching staff is wanting this team to do offensively. As a result, he's playing some of the best basketball of his career, and he's helping the Knicks get off to a pretty solid start.
As we mentioned, the Knicks off to that 0-4 start on the road. It's been a very home-heavy schedule so far. This is game 2 of a 5-game road trip. Small sample size, but you want to see that 0 in that record go away. Have you seen anything different about the way that the Knicks are playing on the road that they haven't come up with that first win yet?
I think their defensive intensity hasn't really been there. In order to win on the road, you need to be stingy defensively. This offense has been awesome. 3rd in the league, offensive efficiency, knocking down a bunch of threes. They're 15. When they make 15 plus threes, they're 8-1. So the shooting, yes, it's great, but it's going to come and go here and there. On the road, you need to get stops to win in this league, and I think that's the next step for the Knicks to become an elite defensive team, especially on the road. That's how you eke out those grinder-type wins.
Time now for the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. The veteran Scott Foster is our crew chief in his 32nd season, a veteran of 26 NBA Finals games. He works with Scott Twardowski in his 15th season and JT Orr. That was the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So it's the Knicks in Dallas tonight, looking to snap a 4-game losing streak overall on the road and looking to snap a 3-game losing streak in this building, American Airlines Center. Before we get to the lineups and the opening tip, let's send it down courtside for pregame festivities.
Junior High and Fine Arts Academy Choir under the direction of Hunter Hendrickson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early lights what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars
The Knicks and the Mavericks, first meeting of the season. Thanks for staying up late with us on a Wednesday night. Time for your starting lineups. The Mavs come in with a record of 4-11. They're 3-7 at home, and they are tied for 12th place in the Western Conference. Their point guard is Max Christie, 6'5", fourth year out of Michigan State. He was part of the Luka Doncic trade, acquired with Anthony Davis and a first-round pick for Luka on February the 1st, shooting 45.8% from downtown so far this season. He starts alongside Brandon Williams, 6'1", fourth-year man out of Arizona. Williams making his sixth start of the season on Monday in Minnesota. Brandon Williams scored 15 points. Klay Thompson, 6'5", 15th year out of Washington State. He's already come off the bench 7 times this season, a different role than he's used to throughout his brilliant career. Only shooting 31% from downtown so far. Obviously, one of the best three-point shooters in the history of the league. P.J. Washington, 6'7", seventh year out of Kentucky. Kind of the de facto go-to guy with all of the injuries to this Mavericks team. Washington averaging 15 points, 7.5 rebounds a game. It's his second full season in Dallas. And Derek Lively, the 7'1", third-year center out of Duke, just his sixth game of the season, averaging 4.5 points and 4.5 rebounds as he has battled a right knee injury. The head coach of the Mavericks is Jason Kidd. His fifth season as the Dallas head coach. He took them to the 2022 Western Conference Finals and led them to the NBA Finals in 2024. Also won a championship as a player, their starting point guard, in 2011. And the Knicks, a record of 8-5, that 0-4 record on the road, tied for the fourth best record in the Eastern Conference. Led once again by Jalen Brunson, the 6'2", eighth-year man out of Villanova. Missed the last 2 games with a sprained ankle. The last time out for Brunson was a week ago tonight at the Garden against Orlando when he scored 31 points in the Knicks' only home loss of the season. Mikal Bridges, 6'6", eighth year out of Villanova. He had 2 steals and 4 block shots on Monday. He had 7 steals in Friday's win against the Heat. Landry Shamet, 6'5", also his 8th season out of Wichita State. Shamet making his 5th start. He played 39 minutes in the Knicks' loss to the Heat on Monday. 2 games ago, as we mentioned a moment ago, 36 points, a career high at home against the Heat. And up front, Karl Anthony Towns, the 7-footer in his 11th year out of Kentucky, averaging 21.8 points and 12.7 rebounds. Towns is the 3rd leading rebounder in the NBA. He is 2 points in the Knicks' October 28th game against Milwaukee, away from a double-double in each of the team's first 13 games. And in the middle, Mitchell Robinson, 7-footer, 8th year out of Chalmette High in Louisiana. Over his last 3 games, Robinson has played 49 minutes. He's grabbed 29 rebounds, 18 of them on the offensive glass. And the head coach for the Knicks, Mike Brown. Brown was an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors when they beat these Mavericks in the 2022 Western Conference Finals en route to Golden State's most recent NBA championship. So the Mavericks without a lot of firepower. Anthony Davis remains out, battling a left calf strain. He'll be reevaluated in about 7 to 10 days. They're missing Ryan Nembhard, who has a left knee sprain. Kyrie Irving, coming off ACL surgery, hasn't played yet this season. Neither has Dante Exum. And coming back tonight, Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford, both available off the bench for this Mavericks team. So that's the story for Dallas as we look back on the Knicks side of things. Wally, it's something you spoke about with Dan Grassa in the pregame show, is the Knicks' prolific rebounding so far with the likes of Towns. Obviously what Mitchell Robinson has done. We know what Josh Hart has done. But specifically the Towns-Robinson combination, when there's not a back-to-back, those 2 guys seem to be in there together. How have you seen Towns developing in that role alongside Robinson?
It's been a little bit of an adjustment. Having that size, though, is so important on the floor. I think Towns has had to adjust a little bit offensively because there's not as much space for him to operate, and sometimes he's got a little bit quicker defender guarding him, so he can't get as many good looks up from the 3-point line, as opposed to when he plays the 5, he's got a little bit bigger, slower guy guarding him out at 3-point line, which is a huge advantage for him in his ability to put the ball on the floor and knock down threes. But there's no doubt the most effective lineup moving forward for the Knicks is with those two guys on the floor. That size, that impact they can have, the way they can dominate the glass and shrink the floor and make the game easy is something that is going to continue to grow and continue to come along.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The opening tip is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. A little bit of a late tip-off tonight. This is a nationally televised game, as well as being televised by our colleagues on MSG Networks. The Knicks on the road tonight in their home white uniforms with New York in orange across the chest on top of an orange number. It will be Mitchell Robinson and Derek Lively jumping center. Again, Lively, limited action so far this season. Same goes for Robinson, but that's by design, and it seems to have been very effective so far in the way that Robinson has started this season. It's amazing, Wally, the impact that he has had in the bursts that he has been on the floor so far.
Oh, he's put up some scary offensive rebounding numbers. He was a plus 40 in 16 minutes in a game a couple games ago. I mean, that is just unheard of. Crazy impact that he has when he's out there on the floor. The rebounding, the motor. It's good to see him coming around and getting healthy.
He starts, and the opening tap is won by the Knicks into the hands of Landry Shamet. And here's Jalen Brunson back in control of the Knicks offense after missing the last couple of games. Max Christie guards him. Towns up top, fakes the three, puts it on the floor, drives on Washington, kicks it out for Shamet. They dump it back to Towns. Nice feed for a cutting Shamet off the glass and in. He took a shot plus the foul.
Outstanding start to the game by the Knicks. Knicks passes as a team are fourth in the NBA. That ball was ping-ponging around, tough to defend. Great cut off the inbounds pass, off the entry pass to the post to Karl Anthony Towns. Shamet with his opportunity to continue to play good basketball.
Knicks average just over 27 assists per game. That is 9th best in the NBA as Shamet hits the free throw and completes the three-point play. So here's the Mavs and Brandon Williams, the diminutive point guard, off guard. Goes right side, off a screen, picked up by Towns, now backs out. Wants to set up Towns, crossover dribble right around Towns. He was bothered. Good defense by Towns, but Williams grabs the rebound. They kick it around to Thompson, straight on three, in and out. Williams taps the rebound. It's loose, picked up by Lively, and blocked by Robinson. Here comes Mikal Bridges in the front court, drives right at Christie. He's cut off, out to Towns, a deep straight on three. Grazes the front of the rim, rebounded by Christie. 3-0, minute gone by, Knicks on top. Christie into the front court, cut off by Brunson. Around a Lively screen, right side, kicks it up top. Washington drives on Towns, floats it up, no good, off the back of the rim, rebounded by Robinson, outlet for Bridges. Now Bridges has a height advantage on Williams. Turns the corner towards the foul line. Inside fallback jumper on Bridges is good, and the Knicks have scored the first 5.
Yeah, Knicks are off to a good start, especially defensively, and you could see the length with Towns and Mitchell Robinson out there on the floor, really bothering this undermanned Dallas Mavericks team. They've been makeable shots, but the long arms coming out of nowhere have made those shots not go in.
They've missed their first 4. 5-0 Knicks, just over a minute and a half gone by here in Dallas. Here's Thompson working for the right wing, drives around Brunson, kicks it back up top. Williams taps the ball over to Washington. Pump fake, drives the lane into Shamet, flips it up, no good, too strong. Rebounded by Lively inside, and there's a foul on the floor against the Knicks.
Some interesting matchups out here. 2 Kentucky guys, P.J. Washington going up against Karl Anthony Towns. And this is an example of Towns having to deal with a little bit more mobile, smaller defender that he can't out-quick and put the ball on the floor. So I think he's got to get himself in the post and make P.J. Washington guard him down there.
Backdoor feed from Lively was kicked by Robinson. So a fresh shot clock for Dallas. That Knicks foul, the first one, was against Mikal Bridges. So the Mavs will inbound, front court, left-hand side. Christie to throw it into Lively, who's guarded by Robinson. Lively, one dribble, picks it up, poked away by Robinson, now hands to Williams. Williams cut off by Robinson. Up, no good. It's an offensive foul. Good defense by Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, but he paid the price.
Yeah,
Mikal Bridges is down on the floor. Looks a little woozy. He caught he caught an elbow right to the chin. Oh, that That is painful. As Brandon Williams, you mentioned, he's small. He's 6'1". So as he elevated, he caught Mikal Bridges right in the chin, and boy, did his neck and his head snap back. He is moving that jaw around right now. That does not feel good. They're looking at this play to see if maybe it's a flagrant foul. I think it's kind of an NBA move, so I don't think it's going to be upgraded to a flagrant.
Yeah, Bridges just now getting to his feet and walking back towards the Knicks bench with athletic trainer Anthony Goenaga. So the offensive foul is the call against Brandon Williams. And Scott Foster, the crew chief, along with Scott Twardowski, are at the monitor to see if anything extra will be added.
Contact to the face is just a common foul. Nothing unnatural with the elbow by the offensive player. The offensive foul next game will be out of bounds.
And your read on that was correct, Wally. Just a common foul, a basketball move, and an offensive foul against Brandon Williams.
Yeah, it was good defense by Mikal Bridges, but boy, did he pay the price to take that offensive foul, because he was trying to crowd Brandon Williams, take away his airspace, and as Brandon Williams went up, he did not try to avoid Mikal Bridges' chin. He went straight through his chin, and as a result got the foul, but he got a good lick in on Mikal.
Now, Brandon Williams has gone to the bench with 2 personal fouls already. D'Angelo Russell replaces him, the veteran point guard. Here's Brunson in the front court, up top for Towns. He's guarded by Washington. There's that Kentucky on Kentucky matchup. Shamet turns the corner, floater blocked by Lively, recovered on the baseline by Towns, flips it up, and no good, spins out. Lively the rebound. Here's Russell in the front court, steps into a three-pointer. High arcer is good, and the Mavs are on the board.
D'Lo's going to have to step up and turn back the clock for this team with these injuries. We all know how effective he can be as a player and as a shooter and as a scorer, and he came in, knocked down his first shot.
5-3 Knicks. Bridges loses the handle, taken by Russell. Bounce pass, left-hand side. Christie off the glass and in. 5 quick points for the Mavs, and we're all tied at 5. So the Mavs turning the Knicks turnover into offense there as Bridges driving baseline on Klay Thompson is bumped. Fouls against Thompson. And Bridges was in the act of shooting. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, this continues. Bridges getting to the free throw line more this season. He's looking to attack, get himself some easy points, shooting 80% from the line. And these points really help you get into a rhythm when you get to that free throw line. It helps his threes fall. He's shooting 42% from the three-point line, which is outstanding so far this season. But he's, you know, as a big impact player, he's got to steal some points at the line, and he's doing it this year.
First free throw is good. You mentioned the shooting percentages. Add on to that 50% from the field. So he's been highly efficient so far at 23 points Monday in Miami. Misses the second, goes 1 for 2. Lively grabs the rebound. 3 minutes gone by in the first quarter. Knicks lead the Mavs 6-5. Russell, left-handed dribble across the timeline to Thompson coming off a curl. Bounce pass left wing. Washington lines up at 3, knocks it down, and Dallas has its first lead, 8-6. Washington, a good three-point shooter. He showed that off in the Mavs' run to the NBA Finals 2 years ago. Brunson, spin move in the paint, back of the rim, hits the backboard. No, Bridges, the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Brunson, who fakes the handoff to Towns on the right side. Brunson drives right-hand side off the glass, blocked by Lively. Rebounded by Russell in the front court. He steps into another three-pointer, no good off the back of the rim. Long rebound, bounces out to Towns. Knicks quickly across the timeline. It's Brunson on the right-hand side, guarded by Christie. Now Towns ahead of steam down the lane, and his shot was altered by Lively. No good, rebounded by Washington. Here come the Mavs. Euro steps down the lane. He's blocked by Bridges. Picked up by Brunson. Here we go the other way. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Knicks down 8-6. Brunson has it poked away by Washington and taken by Thompson. Couple dribbles, right side 3. Good for Klay Thompson. And it's 11-6 Dallas, and Mike Brown calls timeout.
Yeah, rough start for the Knicks offensively. They do not look like they have their spacing in order. Karl Anthony Towns had a lane to the basket, but Derek Lively is an effective shot blocker. He is really protecting the rim, not allowing the Knicks to get anything in the paint when they scored 65 paint points last game against Miami.
Derek Lively already with 2 block shots. The Knicks scored the first 5 points of the game, but the Mavericks are on an 11-1 run, leading to this Knicks timeout, which is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 7:48 to go in the first quarter. Mavericks lead the Knicks 11-6 here in Dallas. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 12/1/25.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass through a per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
New York City basketball fans, tonight's message is powered by Local 3 IBEW and NICA New York. In this city, they run the three-man weave. Local 3, NICA New York, and 125 years of union electricians delivering safe, skilled power. From hospitals and schools to transit, Madison Square Garden, and that skyline, they keep the lights on. They're training the next generation so the city never slows down. Local 3 IBEW and NICA New York, powering New York City. Always on, always leading the way.
Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Welcome back to Dallas. Pat O'Keefe, NBA All-Star Wally Szczerbiak here at American Airlines Center. 7:48 to go in the first quarter. It was a good start for the Knicks. They scored the first 5 points, but this 11-1 run for Dallas, Wally, and an 8-0 advantage for the Mavs in fast break points.
Yeah, the Knicks getting careless a little bit with the ball. When the Mavs get turnovers, they're going to look to turn them into quick threes. Last possession, Klay Thompson knocked down a triple on the fast break where he could have maybe passed to someone else for an easy 2, but this Mavericks team looks like they're coming out focused, and they don't want to let the Knicks get their first road win of the season.
So out of the Mike Brown timeout, he goes to his bench. Josh Hart, Gershon Yabusele in. Bridges and Mitchell Robinson go to the bench. Towns has it in the high post. He's guarded by Daniel Gafford. Flips the pass to a cutting Brunson, who floats it in from the dotted circle, and the Knicks trail 11-8. First bucket for Brunson in his third field goal attempt. D'Angelo Russell off the bench, running the point for Dallas. Left side pass, Washington. Yabusele guards him. Washington drives the lane. Wild shot, no. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Thompson. One dribble, sets his feet. No good, in and out. Rebounded by Towns.
Those are the ones you do not expect Klay Thompson to miss. Off an offensive rebound, wide open. He's struggling to start the season a little with his shot.
31% so far. Hart has it, circling with the dribble, gives it to Yabusele, and now it's Brunson near the top of the arc. Back to Yabusele. He fires a three. That's no good off the side of the rim. Shamet taps the rebound to D'Angelo Russell. 6:45 to go in the first. 11-8 Mavs, and Russell's pass was kicked. He was looking for the cutter, backs Christie. It'll remain a 19-second shot clock for Dallas as they inbound in the front court. Jason Kidd, fifth-year head coach of Dallas, goes back to his bench. Najee Marshall, who you mentioned on the pregame show, Wally, a couple of really good performances against the Knicks last season.
Yeah, he was on fire against the Knicks. And this guy, he could play a point guard kind of role. He's a tough Swiss Army knife type defender. He can guard a lot of different positions. Knicks have to be ready for him to come in and get buckets, because that's what he did last year against them.
Here's Thompson off the inbound, picked up by Brunson. Russell crossover dribble, trying to elude Shamet, left corner. It's Marshall up the pump fake, driving on Hart. Now Washington cuts the lane, switches to the left hand, doesn't draw iron. Hart grabs the rebound.
Outstanding defense by Yabusele.
Here's Towns. No hesitation on the three from the top. It's too strong. Yabusele offensive rebound. Here's Hart on the right side. Towns wants to try it again. No, he'll pump fake, put it on the floor, kick it back out for Hart. He fakes, pull up foul line floater, too strong, and a push in the back against the Knicks and Josh Hart. Hart seemed a little in between whether to pull up for a jump shot there or float it.
It was a good look, though. Those are shots that he makes normally. He's right in the middle of the lane. The Knicks right now getting some good looks at the basket. And I'm very impressed with Mike Brown putting Yabusele in the game early. He was very complimentary of the way he played down there in Miami when he got a short stint of minutes. And you can tell Yabusele is starting to earn Mike Brown's trust. We'll see if he can bring it tonight.
Yeah, he didn't play in the first half on Monday, and 10 impactful minutes in the second half as they get it to Russell. An open three near the top. No. Towns another rebound. Knicks trail 11-8. 5:55 to go in the first. Good ball movement here. Hart from the corner, cans a three, and we're tied at 11.
Yeah, I like the Knicks getting some quick shots up against this team, not letting them set their defense.
Russell loses the handle. Towns came out on a switch, and it goes out of bounds to the Knicks. Just slipped right out of his hands. The Jason Kidd continues to go to his bench. Jaden Hardy, fourth year 6'3" guard, checks in for the first time. Marshall's guarding Brunson. Hart's entry pass to Towns is deflected. Towns has it, left elbow, holding it with one hand, the right hand. Guarded by Gafford. One dribble into the corner for Yabusele. Shot clock at 5. Yabusele mid-range jumper is good, just inside the three-point arc, and it's 13-11 Knicks. So out of that Mike Brown timeout, the Knicks have scored 7 straight points. Here's Gafford up top. Marshall left open, fires away, knocks down a 3, and Dallas leads 14-13.
Continuing that hot shooting against the Knicks, Najee makes his first 3 off the bench. Knicks cannot give him any airspace to let him get going and confident.
Brunson in and out dribble, step back, baseline jumper, no good off the back of the rim. Brunson falls towards the Knicks bench. He's back up, trailing the play. Russell's bounce pass is knocked away by Hart, taken by Washington. Finds an open Najee Marshall, 2 in a row. This one from the corner, and it's 17-13.
He hasn't hit the rim yet. He is locked in. Came in off the bench. He loves seeing those New York Knicks uniforms to play against. Knicks got to find him and not give him any looks.
Both of those looks were wide open. He's 27% on the year from downtown. Hart bounce pass backdoor for Yabusele, who was fouled on the floor by Hardy cutting to the basket.
Yeah, Yabusele is a good complement to Karl Anthony Towns. You know, he can do, with his mobility, he can handle a lot of pick and roll situations. He can handle a guy like P.J. Washington because he has the size, has the strength. I think it's a very good matchup for Yabusele. That's why Mike Brown has gone to him early, and that allows Karl Anthony Towns to have Gafford on him, which he can use his speed and quickness against.
Third team foul against Dallas. 4:15 to go in the first. Mavs lead 17-13. Here's Brunson on the left side behind the back, slip pass to Towns, down the lane, and he throws it down with one hand, and a late whistle as Towns took a fall. Count the basket. A powerful finish for Cat.
It's all matchup manipulation by Mike Brown, getting Karl Anthony Towns the foot speed advantage against Daniel Gafford, and he took advantage of it. Big right-handed dribble, that long first step that he has, gets him right to the front of the rim for the nasty finish and three-point opportunity.
My goodness, that was nasty. Great behind-the-back pass by Brunson to set it up, and then Towns is off to the races. The foul against Daniel Gafford. The fourth team foul. Towns trying to finish the three-point play. Meanwhile, Deuce McBride has checked in for the first time. Towns' free throws no good. He's been excellent at the line this year. Knicks trail 17-15. Washington initiating the Mavs offense. Poked away by Brunson, and another kickball against the Knicks. And that whistle will allow Mitchell Robinson to get back into the game as Towns goes to the bench with 3:58 to go here in the first.
Interesting big man rotation here. Now you go back with Mitchell Robinson. Yabusele comes out of the game. So you have Mitchell Robinson to anchor the center, and now you got Josh Hart and company with Mikal Bridges and Jalen Still.
Robinson pokes away the inbounds, picked up by Bridges into the front court. Finds a trailing McBride who steps into a three. Just off the bench, no. Offensive rebound, Hart out to Brunson, right side three. No, off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Marshall. A couple of good looks there for the Knicks as they trail by 2. 3:40 to go in the first. Russell around a screen from Gafford, still with the dribble. Left side pass, Hardy, deep three-pointer. That's good for Jaden Hardy, and the Knicks trail 20-15.
Yeah, he's the guy that's been shooting the ball very well from the three-point line on the season. He's up around 45%. So he is one of the guys that's not struggling from deep. Knicks cannot leave him and lose him.
Bridges cut off by Washington. Little pitch and catch with Robinson. Bridges right side, McBride tries again. That one no good. Rebounded by P.J. Washington. Knicks are 1 for 7 from downtown. The Mavericks are 6 for 10. Here's another one for Hardy. That's off the back of the rim. Brunson grabs the long rebound. Knicks a 4-on-4 as Brunson will back it out with the dribble. Now he starts his move again. Right baseline, McBride puts it on the floor, drives, left side pass, Bridges. Fall back from the elbow. Now he passes it out to Josh Hart. 6 seconds to shoot. McBride left wing, one dribble, fires again. No good. McBride's missed his first three off the bench. 2.5 to go in the first, 20-15. Here's Russell. Lob into the corner. Three-pointer there, in and out. Hardy off the mark. Rebounded by Hart behind the back dribble into the front court. Here's Hart driving through 2 defenders. Throws it at the basket. No good, but he draws the foul. Hart will shoot free throws, but it brings us to a timeout on the floor. So Wally, the Knicks getting some good looks from downtown, looks that we're accustomed to seeing them make this year. They're not falling so far in the first quarter.
No, Jalen Brunson's missing some makeable shots, that's for sure. He's coming off that ankle injury, so he needs to get himself back into rhythm right now. But right now, this offense does not look fluid to me. Looks like Dallas is slowing the pace a little bit down, making the Knicks play a little bit against a half court, not giving them any easy shots to kind of get into their rhythm.
And this Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. We've got 2:19 to go in the first quarter. The Mavs lead the Knicks 20-15. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
NBA fans, the race for the Emirates NBA Cup is on.
Let the games begin.
30 teams will start, but only 8 will advance. And only one champion will capture the cup. To finish first, they'll have to put the pedal to the metal. Who will capture the cup? Well, let's see what happens on the court.
Basketball is back.
Emirates NBA Cup Group Play begins Friday on Prime.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach for the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Dallas, Knicks trail by 5. 2:19 to go in the first quarter. Three-point shooting, part of the story so far. Wally, coming in the Mavs, the second worst three-point shooting team in the NBA this season at 31%. Well, they've come out and hit 6 for 12 against the Knicks.
They have, and the Knicks are a step slow getting to those shooters. I think they've had a couple good looks that haven't gone down. Personally, right now, Jason Kidd's offense is moving at a fluid rate. The bench has come in and played good basketball. Dallas is 12-5 bench points. Mike Brown said in his pregame press conference, I got to open up the bench. I got to give guys opportunities. Now, if guys are going to get opportunities, he's put guys in early. He needs production and points off that bench. And right now, Dallas's bench is outplaying the Knicks.
Josh Hart at the free throw line out of the timeout, short on the first attempt. So the Knicks are 2 for 5 from the foul line. On the season, the Knicks just under 83% as a team. Hart on the floor with McBride, Robinson, Brunson, and Bridges. Hart hits the second, so it's 20-16. Brunson has played the entire first quarter so far. Here's D'Angelo Russell, who came in off the bench very early and has played solid basketball as the backup point guard for Dallas. He's cut off by Robinson. Lob pass. It is knocked away by Robinson and out of bounds off of Russell. And there's Mitchell Robinson disrupting things again. So the Knicks have it back. 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Bridges towards the top, hands to McBride. McBride has missed fired on his first three-point attempts. Bridges around a Robinson screen from the dotted circle. Lets the defender go by. Good patience by Bridges as he knocks down the jumper.
Simple play. Side pick and roll leads to Bridges turning the corner, getting an easy 2 from 8 feet.
20-18. Najee Marshall, bully ball against Brunson. Knocked away by Bridges, but Marshall stays with it and flips it in. 22-18. Minute and a half to go in the first. Well, Brunson picked up by Christie. Fires a deep 3 and knocks it down. And Jalen Brunson has his first from deep.
That's a good sign. That was the toughest shot Jalen Brunson's had, and he nailed it. Starting to calibrate that jumper.
Knicks down 1. Minute 10 to go in the first. Hardy, top of the arc pass for Russell. Russell's picked up by Brunson. High post, bounce pass for Cisse, and he loses it. Knocked out of his hands and taken by Bridges. Here's Bridges into the front court. Left wing, Brunson, no hesitation. Off the front of the rim, Robinson battling for the offensive rebound, comes up with it. McBride swings it around. Brunson tries again. That one's good. That's 2 threes now for Jalen Brunson. Puts the Knicks back on top, 24-22.
That's the impact of Mitchell Robinson. Always on the opposite side when the shot goes up. He just sniffs out the offensive rebound and gets Jalen a wide open 3.
Marshall tries for his third three-pointer. That's no good off the back of the rim. Bridges grabs the rebound. There's a 10-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Brunson holding it on the Mavericks logo, just inside midcourt. Marshall a step or 2 off of Brunson. Now he creeps up on him as the shot clock is at 7. Brunson goes right side with the right-handed dribble. Looking to draw contact, nothing there. Rebounded by Marshall as Brunson's shot was too strong. Shot clock off, under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Knicks lead by 2. Russell around Brunson, up top. Marshall lines up a 3, straight on. That's good with 1.4 to go. Hart looking at inbound. It was knocked away for a moment. Now Hart has it back. Inbound to Bridges. One dribble. 3/4 court. It was on target just off the back of the rim. And the first quarter comes to an end as the Knicks creep a little closer, down by 1 heading into the second.
Yeah, Najee Marshall, though, Achilles heel for the Knicks, has come in the game, already hit 3 threes, just nailed them. Nothing but net. They're going to have to find him because even though he comes off the bench, with this decimated Dallas roster, he's one of their most prolific scorers.
He's got 11 points already to lead all scorers in the game as the Mavericks hit 7 3-pointers in that first quarter. They'll take a 1-point lead into the second, 25-24, Mavs on top of the Knicks. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friend with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense is for hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliate, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Back here in Dallas as we get set for the start of the second quarter from American Airlines Center. The Knicks' one and only trip here this season. Mavs lead the Knicks 25-24. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you. Knicks from downtown, Wally, just 3 for 11, but a very good sign late in that quarter. Jalen Brunson, whose shot looked a little rusty at the beginning of the game, knocked down 2 3-pointers, and he seems to be finding his form coming off that layoff.
Yeah, 3 for 9 from the field. What I love is the 3 rebounds, 3 defensive rebounds. So that means he trusts the ankle. He's going in there amongst the trees and fighting for some boards to help his team. Guards have to come back and help the bigs and get those long rebounds. So that's really a good sign. But 17 of Dallas's 24 points off the bench. Najee Marshall, you mentioned, with the 11 big points off the bench. This Dallas team, they're trying to patch together any type of win or game with their decimated roster and all their injuries that they're dealing with. And so far, the bench has stepped up and outplayed the Knicks bench.
Yeah, those 17 points off the bench included among them 5 3-pointers from the Mavs reserves. Here we go, start of the second quarter. Brunson on the bench for the first time tonight. Deuce McBride and Jordan Clarkson on the floor. Gershon Yabusele back in with Towns and Hart. Clarkson's first appearance tonight. Derek Lively is back in, and so is Klay Thompson. He drives, kicks it into the corner. Brandon Williams' 3 from the right side is no good. Good box out and rebound by Hart. Keeps his dribble while falling to the floor and pops back up. Here's Towns joining the fray. Gives it back to Hart. Hart near the top of the arc. Drives, flips it up, hangs in the air. No. Rebounded by Lively. Here's Marshall across the timeline to Klay Thompson on the left side. Marshall tries to get around Yabusele. Lob pass underneath. Lively couldn't handle it, and it goes out of bounds.
Outstanding defense by Gershon Yabusele again. His activity is movement. He's really looking like he's getting into game shape and playing with a high intensity level when he gets the opportunity to be out there on the floor.
His second stint of the game already. Towns working for the left elbow against Lively. Holding it with the right hand. Bounce pass to a cutting McBride, who corrals it, gives it back to Clarkson. Corner 3, no good. Rebounded by Thompson. Klay Thompson across the timeline towards the top of the arc. His slip pass is no good. Or excuse me, not on the mark, but that's because Lively was held from behind by Josh Hart. Foul against Hart, and that's his second. Just over a minute gone by, second quarter. 25-24. Knicks trail. Max Christie, wild shot, altered by Towns. Didn't hit the rim, rebounded by Hart.
Really good help by Karl Anthony Towns defensively after Christie got the blow-by.
And he answers by misfiring on a 3. It was halfway down from straight on. So neither team has scored yet in this second quarter. Here's Christie, left corner. Williams, no hesitation on his 3-pointer. That's in and out. One-handed rebound by Towns. Quick outlet pass to Josh Hart. Towns has 5 rebounds already. Averages more than 12 a game on the season. Hart left open, pulls up from 14 feet away, and he came down with the basketball as he left his feet. A little indecisive from Hart, and he's called for traveling. So 2 minutes gone by in the second. 25-24 Mavs. Here's Brandon Williams, cut off by Hart, brings it left side, slip pass Lively, cutting the lane off the glass, too strong, rebounded by Hart. See if the Knicks can get some offense going here with Brunson on the bench. Towns loses the handle, gets it back in the left corner. Lively stays with him. Towns backing his way in on the left block. Now he's doubled, kicks it up top. McBride tries another three-pointer. That's off the back of the rim. Clarkson the offensive rebound. Right side pass. Yabusele tries a three. That's no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Marshall. And the Knicks are 3 for 15 from downtown. Brandon Williams drives and is bumped by McBride on the floor right near the foul line. So it'll be an inbounds in the front court for the Mavericks. And Wally, 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second. No scoring yet.
Yeah, this has been a slow-paced game. Not as much up and down, frenetic attacking like the Knicks were doing last Friday night against Miami. The Knicks just were in some offensive flow and rhythm. And this is playing into the hands of Dallas. When you're injured and banged up and you don't have your main guys, you want less possessions.
Inbound pass is run down by Lively, but he stepped on the midcourt line, so it's an over and back against the Dallas Mavericks. Meanwhile, Mohamed Diawara, for the second game in a row, checks in the first half. He replaces Hart, who has 2 fouls. You know, Mike Brown mentioned his bench before the game and how throughout the course of the season, guys are going to need to step up in certain situations, but they need opportunities to be ready for those situations. So Diawara, 2 games in a row in the first half. Towns driving at Lively, kicks it back up top. McBride wide open for 3, and McBride just does not have the shot going yet tonight. He's 0 for 5, all on 3s. Marshall drives at Towns, reverse layup, no, comes up short, but a late whistle, and that's going to be a foul against Karl Anthony Towns. Just the first against Cat, but it's already the 3rd team foul against the Knicks. We've got 8:57 to go in the second quarter as Najee Marshall heads to the free throw line looking for the first points of the quarter for either team.
Yep, this is a slow-paced game. You're right. Both teams really struggling, and you can see why the Knicks are 0-4 on the road. They are just not playing a high level of basketball when they get away from Madison Square Garden. They look like a completely different team the way they're operating on the offensive end of the floor. Now, I anticipate that they have a run in them. And at some point, some of these good looks at the basket, they have to go down. Karl Anthony Towns, 1 for 6 right now. Jalen Brunson, 3 for 9 right now. You mentioned Deuce McBride, 0 for 5. These have been makeable good looks at the basket. But once those start to fall, I don't know if the Dallas Mavericks can keep up with the Knicks when they start knocking down their shots.
Najee Marshall's first free throw is good. And we have a delay on the court. Max Christie with a little bit of blood on him, so he was getting attended to. He's back out there, so we're ready to go with Marshall's second free throw. And he hits them both, so it's 27-24. 8:55 to go until halftime. Little pitch and catch from McBride to Towns. McBride gives it to Yabusele, who brings it up top with the dribble. Now it's Clarkson, one-on-one with Christie. They both wear 00 on their jerseys. High screen from Towns. Clarkson, left-handed dribble, slips through 2 defenders, off the glass and in with the left hand. And finally, the Knicks, after nearly 3.5 minutes on the board here in the second quarter. 27-26. Marshall off the jab step, then passed on a wide-open three-pointer. Couple dribbles, hands it to Christie. He drives around Towns, flips it up, blocked by Robinson. Saved, though, by Lively. Out to Marshall. Up and under, no good, but he's fouled as he left his feet. Najee Marshall will go back to the foul line.
Yeah, Diawara did a good job coming over from the weak side and getting that block. It's unfortunate, though, that loose ball went right to Najee Marshall. And Najee Marshall's putting together another nice little performance here. He came in the game off the bench, and he has just not stopped 13 points, looking to add to his total here at the free throw line. This guy gets buckets when he plays against the Knicks.
First free throw is good. I'm sorry, I credited that block shot to Mitchell Robinson. He's on the bench. That was Mohamed Diawara coming up with that block earlier in that sequence. A lot of size on the floor for the Knicks right now with Diawara and Towns and Yabusele. As Marshall hits them both, it's 29-26. Knicks trail by 3. 8:10 to go in the second quarter. Towns couple dribbles with the right hand. Hands to McBride on the right side. McBride near the foul line, kicks it up to Diawara, gets it back. He's guarded on a switch by Lively. Yabusele from the right corner. Back to McBride. Shot clock at 4. McBride drives. Reverse layup is good with the left hand.
That's a good sign. McBride missed his first 5 threes, attacked the big man, attacked his feet, and did a good job of using the rim as the extra defender because Lively would have blocked it if he shot it on the strong side.
Christie has it right corner. Knicks back within 1. And Towns jumps the route. Comes up with the steal, drives at Thompson, lays it up, no, but he's fouled. Towns is calling for a goaltend on the play. After the foul was called and committed, the foul's against Klay Thompson. It's just a shooting foul for Karl Anthony Towns, so he'll go to the line for 2. Klay Thompson's second foul, just the first team foul of the quarter against Dallas. So Towns on the season, 91% from the line coming in. First free throw is good. Landry Shamet and Mitchell Robinson back in the game. And they replace Diawara and Gershon Yabusele. So Mike Brown mixing Diawara in a little on the periphery of this playing rotation the last couple of games. Towns and Robinson out there together again. Towns' second free throw after a long set is no good, in and out. So we're tied at 29, 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Mavs haven't hit a field goal yet this quarter. Here's Thompson firing away from straight on. That's good. That's the Klay Thompson that we've seen throughout his career.
That's exactly the one we know. That was a nice little wrinkle play by Jason Kidd. Came off a little flare screen and squared his feet from 2 feet behind the line.
McBride tries a 3, right side, no good. Rebounded by Christie, 32-29. Knicks trail by 3, coming up on 7 minutes to play in the second. Christie guarded by Shamet. Around a Gafford screen. Right corner three-pointer by Williams is no good, and Towns grabs the rebound. Here's Clarkson backing his way in and spins away from Williams. He gets into the paint, kicks it up top. Shamet sets his feet. Couple dribbles, pull up foul line jumper, no good. Rebound is tapped out to Shamet, who's following his shot. In possession for the Knicks, it's Clarkson from the right side. Spins towards the center, gets it to go, and the foul for Jordan Clarkson.
Jordan Clarkson using the size advantage over Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams at only 6'1". Clarkson got him into the paint, used his body, shot over him, gets the and-one opportunity. I'll tell you, Clarkson, when he gets in the game, he is getting buckets immediately.
Well, they are needed tonight. In 5 minutes, Clarkson has 4 points. A free throw coming after this Knicks timeout, which is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 6:36 to go in the second quarter, and the Knicks trail the Mavericks 32-31 here in Dallas. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Dallas, 6:36 to go, second quarter. Knicks trail the Mavs 32-31. This is the Knicks in our first trip, Wally, to Dallas since obviously the seismic trade on February 1st of last year, trading the franchise centerpiece Luka Doncic to the Los Angeles Lakers in exchange for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first-round draft pick. And you could just tell, being in the city and being in this arena, there is a completely different feel around this franchise.
There is. It's one of the most head-scratching moves in the history of sports. When it was made, everyone was trying to justify it for whatever reason. Get better defensively, better chance to win a championship. Luka Doncic is averaging 35 points per game. They don't have LeBron James, and they're 12-4 to start the season. He is maybe the best player on the planet. He is in his prime. He loved Dallas. The fans loved him. He brought him to the finals. And now Dallas is just trying to pick up the pieces. It is just unbelievable, the turn of events since that trade.
Jordan Clarkson finishes the three-point play out of the timeout to tie the score at 32. And to add injury to insult, Anthony Davis, the centerpiece of the trade coming back here, has only played in 14 out of 49 games for the Mavericks since the trade, as Max Christie, who was part of that trade, knocks down a three-pointer to put Dallas back up by 3. Here's Brunson. Right corner, Hart fires a 3 off the back of the rim. Long rebound, batted into the backcourt, but it's taken there by Clarkson. So the Knicks, another chance. Clarkson has it on the left-hand side. Lob pass inside Robinson. Can't get the handle, but he was fouled as he was airborne. So Robinson will go to the free throw line, as Max Christie was called for that foul. So here we go. Mitchell Robinson at the free throw line, where he's 1 for 3 this season. He went 1 for 2 from the line in Monday's game at Miami, and 2 shots coming now for Robinson. And the first one, he gets a nice friendly shooter's roll.
Yeah, if he could just get a little more arc on his shot, that's all it needs. I mean, it's good form. It's just the fact that he can't elevate it high enough over the front of the rim to give it a chance to go in. Now that one was right on line, so it hit the front rim, rattled around a little bit, and went down. But his key is just getting a little bit of air under the ball.
This one no good. In and out. So Robinson 1 for 2, and the Knicks trail 35-33. There's Russell in the front court, pestered by Shamet. Left-handed dribble for D'Angelo Russell. Between the circles. Now he drives inside the paint, goes to the right hand, no good. Robinson taps the rebound, picked up by Shamet. 5:35 to go in the second. Knicks trail 35-33. Shamet, right wing. Brunson back in the game, fires a three, no good off the back of the rim. Robinson, offensive rebound, puts it on the floor, though loses the handle, and it goes out of bounds off the Knicks. Jaden Hardy back in for Dallas for Klay Thompson. Thompson so far tonight in the starting lineup with 6 points on a couple of three-pointers. Klay Thompson, the fifth most three-pointers made in NBA history. 2,721. Here's Hardy firing a three from the right wing, no. And his long rebound goes out of bounds. Is there a foul on the rebound? There was, called by Scott Foster. And it's against Landry Shamet battling for that rebound.
Nick's already in the penalty here. That's something that Mike Brown really doesn't want his guys to do, is get the penalty early, let other teams beat them at the free throw line. You want to win that free throw game. Mike Brown always talks about the possession game. And, right now Dallas is going to the line again. It's been Marshall most of the time going to that line, but Jaden Hardy can't hit that first one.
And it's funny, you talk about the offense that went to Los Angeles with Luka Doncic and the shooting numbers for this Mavericks team. And I know there are injuries to the likes of Kyrie Irving and others, but they're in the bottom five as Hardy hits the second in field goal percentage, three-point percentage. They're also the second worst free throw shooting team in the NBA. Coming up on 5 minutes to play, Knicks trail by 3. Hart drives right baseline, kicks it out to Bridges. Now it's Brunson on the Mavericks logo, center court. Whips a pass to Shamet, whose pass is picked off inside by the Mavs. Here's Russell. Drives baseline, off the glass and in. And it's a 38-33 lead as, again, the Mavs score off a Knicks turnover in transition. Bounce pass to Bridges from Brunson, right baseline. Wide open jumper is good for Mikal Bridges, and it's 38-35.
Yeah, the Knicks are doing a good job with that slip screen. The go screen has really worked in this game, gotten the Knicks some really good looks.
Slip pass from Hardy to a cutting Daniel Gafford off the glass, counted, and the foul. We'll pick and roll there for the Mavs, and Gafford will have a chance at a three-point play. So Jordan Clarkson, who just left the game, has come back almost immediately in place of Landry Shamet. 4:28 on the clock here in the second, 40-35. Points at a premium so far tonight for both of these teams. Daniel Gafford, 7th year out of Arkansas. Free throw is good. And it's a 6-point lead for the Mavs. This is their largest of the game. The largest for either team so far tonight, 41-35. Bridges around a Robinson screen, gets to the foul line. 16-foot jumper is good, and that's back-to-back mid-range jumpers for Mikal Bridges.
See, that's smart. The Knicks are 3 for 19 from the three-point line. So at some point, shoot yourself into the rhythm by getting into a little closer to the basket.
Little high-low action again, and again a chance at a three-point play for Daniel Gafford on the feed from P.J. Washington.
Knicks went into a zone on that play, and they're just looking at each other, confused. They're not on the same page, not connected on the defensive end of the floor. Part of the reason why is there's a lot of different guys getting minutes in and out of the lineup. Mike Brown has played 10 already, made a lot of substitutions. So at some point, the guys got to get comfortable with who's out there on the floor and start to get some continuity with the five-man unit.
Foul was against Hart. Gafford again finishes the three-point play, and it's 44-37 Dallas.
Yeah, Gafford's on a 6-0 run. How often does that happen?
Not very. Here's Bridges, another mid-range. That's no good off the back of the rim. Long rebound to P.J. Washington. Washington up top to Russell. Good closeout by Bridges. Knocked away by Bridges and taken by Robinson. Numbers for the Knicks. Here's Clarkson in the front court. One dribble, fires a three. No good off the side of the rim. Bridges taps the rebound to Clarkson, who draws the foul. Good job by Bridges to keep that play alive. D'Angelo Russell called for the foul. It's team foul number 4 against Dallas, but Clarkson was in the act of shooting, so he's got 2 free throws. Clarkson, 86% from the line this year. The veteran, 12th year out of Missouri. First free throw is good. Well traveled. Spent 3.5 years with the Lakers, 2 years with Cleveland, the previous 5.5 seasons with Utah, where he was the NBA Sixth Man of the Year in 2021. Yabusele back in. Replaces Josh Hart. So you have Brunson and Clarkson on the floor with Bridges, Yabusele, and Robinson. Clarkson hits them both. It's 44-39 with 3.5 minutes to play in the second. Russell walks it over the timeline. As you said, Wally, the Mavs not in a hurry tonight. Here's Russell, between the legs dribble, right side pass, Hardy, cut off by Brunson. Wild shot from the foul line, but he gets the roll. Good looking shot by Jaden Hardy. 46-39, Knicks trail 7. Brunson is bumped, going to the basket. And the basket counts as continuation. And Brunson knocked down the little 6-foot jumper. The foul was against Hardy, who's trying to draw a charge. And now Brunson has a chance at a three-point play.
Wow, that is a very beneficial call for Jalen Brunson because he was not gathering the ball when the contact happened. He did not have it in two hands. He was still dribbling. It was coming up off a dribble. And Scott Foster, who I think is the best official in the league, gave him the beneficial superstar call.
And a veteran move by Brunson to continue with the shot. Free throw, though, is no good. And the Knicks are struggling from the line tonight, 8 for 14. So it's 46-41. Marshall fakes the handoff, drives on Clarkson. Quick, aggressive move to the basket. Jordan Clarkson fouls Najee Marshall, who will shoot some free throws after a timeout on the floor with 2:55 to go in the first half. And still, Wally, the Knicks still trying to find a little bit of traction in this game.
They really are. They just don't look like they're playing in high gear. They look like they're stuck in third gear. And right now this Dallas Mavericks team is hungry for a win, and the guy who I said they needed to stop, they're not stopping. He's got 15 points already, Najee Marshall, going to the free throw line again. He is dicing up the Knicks, doing whatever he wants.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 2:55 to go until halftime. The Mavericks lead the Knicks 46-41. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built back to service like no other window.
Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 185 30th Street in Brooklyn or call 718-WINDOWS.
It's the Kia season of New Traditions sales event. So don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event ends 12/1/25.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Back here in Dallas, 2:55 to go. Second quarter, Knicks trail the Mavs 46-41. Clayton Kershaw in the house today. He's a Dallas native. I think he's from down here. Texas guy anyway. 3-time World Series champion, taking in the game here tonight. Pat O'Keefe, Wally Zerbiak with you. Knicks down by 5. 3-point shooting, really the story on both ends. Mavs are 9 for 20, and the Knicks for the game are 3 for 20.
Yeah, and the Knicks are 0 for 9 from 3 in the second period. So they got to calibrate their jump shots. That's the big thing. Obviously, when your shots go in, you play with more energy, you play with more aggressiveness, you move quicker, faster, think a step quicker. But right now, the Knicks are in quicksand, it looks like. They just can't get anything going. They're getting good looks. Najee Marshall finally misses a free throw there. But they just need to keep this one close going into the second half, because I think they have the ability to play a lot better basketball come the second half.
Marshall hits the second. He has a game-high 16. Jordan Clarkson, Karl Anthony Towns, and Deuce McBride. 3 guys the Knicks rely on to shoot threes. They're combined 0 for 11 from downtown. Here's Yabusele from the left wing, gives to Brunson. Brunson pops out, has it, drives around Thompson. Bounce pass to a cutting Yabusele. Reverse layup is good off the glass. Good connection there, 47-43. 2.5 to go until halftime. Yabusele 4 points off the bench. That was Brunson's 3rd assist. The drive and the wild shot inside by Washington is no good. Bridges grabs the rebound. Here comes Clarkson. Towns is trailing the play. Clarkson has it poked away but gets it back on the right wing. Now brings it to the center. Left wing, Yabusele hands to Brunson. Brings it back near the top. Wants to set up Klay Thompson. Between the legs a couple times. Pull up top of the key jumper. Good for Jalen Brunson. And 2 straight buckets for the Knicks. They're back within 2.
That's a good sign that the ankle's healthy. A little shimmy shake, got his balance. Quick little pull up right in Klay Thompson's face.
Washington tries a 3 left side of the arc. Well off the mark. Rebounded by Clarkson. So the Knicks can regain the lead here as they trail 47-45. Brunson with 12 points around a Towns screen. Slips him a bounce pass. Towns down the lane. Throws it down with one hand. The 2 All-Stars connecting there. Jalen Brunson to Karl Anthony Towns to tie it at 47. Here's Thompson open for 3. No good. Rebounded by Yabusele. Outlet to Brunson. Knicks with a little hop in their step with 1:20 to go until halftime. Brunson steps into a 3. No good off the back of the rim. Thompson taps the rebound to Gafford. Washington cut off by Yabusele. Now looking for Marshall. Marshall left side pass, Christie. Brunson guards him. Christie backs out with the left-handed dribble. Gafford comes and sets him a screen. His pass is picked off by Bridges. He's off to the races. A one-handed slam for Mikal Bridges, and the Knicks lead 49-47.
Nice little run here by the Knicks to close the quarters. Mike Brown talks about the last 2 minutes of quarters. This is a good tone setter for the Knicks, getting some easy buckets off their defense.
Thompson trying to free himself for a 3-pointer. Nothing doing there. Gives to Gafford on the right side. Gafford hands to Marshall between the legs, trying to drive on Yabusele. Draws the foul. Count it. And 1 as Najee Marshall's big night continues.
Yeah, that was a tough matchup for Yabusele. He's been locking up P.J. Washington, who's really the leading scorer coming into this game with all the injuries on the Mavericks roster. And Yabusele's done a good job on him, but the switch on to Najee Marshall, I thought he played pretty good defense, moved his feet. Marshall got the benefit of just getting a little bit of body contact, and this guy can score. I mean, he can shoot the 3, puts the ball on the floor, has good size, so he can shoot over a tough defender like Yabusele. He's playing good defense, completes the 3-point play, and he's got 19 in the first half.
50-49, Knicks down 1. Brunson guarded by Christie. Spins away from him towards the dotted circle. Count it, and 1. Jalen Brunson back to the line.
This is what I like to see. Jalen Brunson is getting himself fired up. After he hits that shot, he looks over at the bench and says, that's what I'm talking about. Get a little bit of emotion into this game. Send a message to this fractured confidence team in the Dallas Mavericks that you're all business here. You're going to get into attack mode, and you have a different level of basketball that you can play if you're a New York Knicks team.
After a slow start, Brunson up to 14 points. Tune into the Knicks halftime report powered by ZipRecruiter. Dan Grasso standing by in our studios. We'll take you to the half as Brunson finishes the 3-point play. And the Knicks lead 52-50. Final 30 seconds. There's a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Clarkson guards Christie. Christie with that right-handed dribble picked up on a switch by Yabusele. Thompson flaring out. Now they're swinging around left side. Washington, left corner. Marshall left open off the jab step. In and out on the three. Towns taps the rebound to Bridges. 4 seconds to go. Bridges into the front court. Stops, fires. Knicks calling for a foul at the buzzer. Nothing doing there as the half comes to an end on the missed attempt by Mikal Bridges. Jalen Brunson talking with Scott Twardowski before making his way back to the Knicks locker room. Mikal Bridges can't believe there wasn't a call. But after a slow start, a strong finish for the Knicks, and they actually have a 2-point lead heading into the half.
Yeah, a nice little 9-3 run to close the quarter was big to give the Knicks a 2-point lead when they did not play a good 24 minutes of basketball. They played a good 4 minutes of basketball to close the quarter. Najee Marshall with a game-high 19 points. But I'm with you, Pat. The officials missed that last play. I mean, Bridges stepped back, tried to shoot a mid-range shot, and he got smacked on the arm, no question, to the point where the ball ended up halfway towards the basket. So that's one that Scott Foster and the league crew missed.
And that's how the first half comes to an end. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. Halftime coming up with Dan Grassa. And then Wally and I will be back for the second half from Dallas. At the break, the Knicks lead the Mavs 52-50 here at American Airlines Center. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit Dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For 125 years, Local 3 IBEW, alongside their NICA New York partners, have powered our city, skyline, schools, hospitals, and arenas. Local 3 and NICA New York members have kept our city shining, safely, skillfully, and proudly for over 125 years. Local 3 and NICA New York, always leading the way.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Dan Graca.
And we welcome you into the New York Knicks halftime report. It is powered by ZipRecruiter. One half in the books down in Dallas, and the Knickerbockers, on the strength of an 11-3 run to end the first half, have taken a 2-point lead over the Dallas Mavericks by a score of 52-50. Before we all break it down for you, let's pause 10 seconds and allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
It's time now for the top shelf performance of the game. It's brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon, and the Mavericks getting a lift by a member of their second unit.
Brunson in and out, dribble, step back, baseline jumper, no good off the back of the rim. Brunson falls towards the Knicks bench. He's back up, trailing the play. Russell's bounce pass is knocked away by Hart, taken by Washington. Finds an open Najee Marshall, 2 in a row. This one from the corner, and it's 17-13.
Najee Marshall, a game-high 19 off of Dallas's bench. He's got a game-high 3 made three-pointers as well. And you look at the disparity in bench points in that first half, 36-17 in favor of the home team, 19 of the 36 coming from Najee Marshall. So Najee has outscored the Knicks' entire second unit himself in that first half, and that's one of the reasons why we have a 2-point ball game after 2 quarters. That was the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon. Aged longer, never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly. 3-point shooting, a big factor in this basketball game. Knicks might have even had a bigger lead at the break if they could get some of their shots from outside to fall. Knicks shooting 3 of 21 from 3. Dallas not that much better, but they're 9 for 23 right there. So Dallas with 6 more trifectas. That's an additional 18 points there when you look at it, keeping them in the game. And it's something to bear watching in the second half because the Knicks, remember, shot only 25% from 3 in the loss to the Miami Heat back on Monday night. See if they could get that going a little bit. Dallas, on the other hand, they came into the game tonight last in the NBA in made threes per game. They only average about 10.5 makes a game, and they already have 9 in the first 2 quarters. We'll see if the Knicks can neutralize that moving forward in this game. But Jalen Brunson back in the lineup tonight after missing the last 2 with that injured ankle. Got off to a little bit of a slow start, but now he leads all Knicks with 15 points, had 7 in that second quarter. Mikal Bridges with 11. Karl-Anthony Towns hasn't gotten on track yet. He just has 5, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from downtown. But Jordan Clarkson has given the Knicks some good minutes off the bench with 7 points. Knicks fans, start your holiday shopping with the Knicks. Check out our holiday gift guide by heading to Knicks.com/shop to start shopping for the Knicks fan in your life. Let's check out the out-of-town scoreboard on this busy Wednesday in the NBA. It was the Rockets downing the Cavaliers 114-104. Houston has won 10 of their last 11 games. Alperen Şengün, 28 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Indiana's back in the win column. They knock off Charlotte 127-118. Pacers snapping their 8-game losing streak. They improved to 2-13 on the season. Ben Mathurin with a double-double, 24 points, 12 rebounds. Charlotte has now dropped 7 of their last 8. The surprising Toronto Raptors keep winning. They go into Philadelphia and defeat the Sixers 121-112. The Raptors have now won 5 in a row. They sit in 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. Miami improves to 7-1 at home as they defeat the Golden State Warriors 110-96. The visitors were without Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Norm Powell had 25 points for the home team. Julius Randle, 32 points and 10 rebounds, lifting Minnesota past Washington 120-109. T-Wolves have won 6 of their last 7. Washington has lost 12 in a row. They fall to 1-13 on the season. Nikola Jokic, 28 points, 11 rebounds, 12 assists. He had a triple-double at the end of the 3rd quarter as Denver downs New Orleans 125-118. Nuggets have won 8 of their last 9. New Orleans has dropped 7 straight. They sit in last place in the Western Conference. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 33 points. Oklahoma City remains perfect at home, 113-99 over Sacramento. Thunder have won 7 straight. They're 7-0 on their home floor. Sacramento has dropped 7 consecutive games. The only other game in progress right now, that's in Portland, where the Bulls have a 51-45 lead late in the second quarter over the Portland Trailblazers. Nikola Vucevic with 14 points for the Chicago Bulls, who have lost 5 of 6 games. Portland trying to put the brakes on a 3-game skid. Once again, our score here at the half is 52-50 with the Knicks on top of the Dallas Mavericks. And this is the Knicks Halftime Report, which is powered by ZipRecruiter. Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love, weekdays 6A to 7P. Subscribe right now and stay locked in. ESPN New York is on YouTube. Time for this date in New York Knicks history. On November the 19th, 1996, Patrick Ewing becomes the 23rd player in NBA history to reach the 20,000 career point mark in the Knicks' 92-88 win at Orlando. He finishes the night with 24 points and 16 boards. And fast forward to November 19th, 2010, Ray Felton scored a career-high 35 to lead the Knicks to a 125-119 win at Golden State. That is your date in Knicks history. Knicks fans, join us at the Garden this season to see the Knicks in action. Head to Knicks.com to get tickets to your favorite matchups. So the Knicks with a 2-point lead at the half, 52-50. Once again, no Cooper Flagg tonight for the Dallas Mavericks. He's battling an illness, so an undermanned Mavs team giving the Knicks a good battle for the first 2 quarters of this one. We'll see if the Knicks can get going and break this one open a little bit in the second half, and more importantly, get that 3 ball to start falling, 3 for 21 in the first 2 quarters. And that was the Knicks Halftime Report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. I will talk to you again in the postgame show, but next we will send it back down to Dallas. Pat O'Keefe, Wally Serbiak, they've got the third quarter for you, with the Knicks leading the Dallas Mavericks by a score of 52-50. And you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Back here in Dallas as we get set for the start of the second half between the Knicks and the Mavericks. Knicks a 52-50 halftime lead. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you from American Airlines Center. As a team, the Knicks shooting 40% from the field and 14% from downtown. I guess the good sign, Wally, is the Knicks, despite shooting 0 for 10 from downtown in the second quarter, they still have a 2-point lead to begin the second half.
Yeah, they did not play well in the first half, but they still have the lead. Shows how decimated this Dallas Mavericks team is. But at the same time, if they could play like this in the second half like they did in the first half, I don't think they're walking away with their first road win of the season. They need to find some continuity on the offensive end of the floor. And you know the NBA is all about making shots. Right now, the Knicks, you said it, 14% from the three-point line, 3 for 21. So they're on pace for attempting 40, which is what Mike Brown wants. But they got to start making some shots.
When it's game time, it's Tully time. The start of the second half is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the all-new Tullamore Dew Honey during tonight's action. Knicks won the opening tip, so it will be Mavs ball to begin the second half. Starting five out there for the Knicks: Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Towns, and Robinson. Here's Brandon Williams, brings it across the timeline, finds Thompson on a curl, flips it into the corner for Washington, who drives and kicks it back out to Williams. Crossover dribble floater from 10 feet away is good, and we're tied at 52. Brandon Williams, 15 points in his last game. Those are his first points tonight. Bridges, left side of the arc, lob pass for Towns in the high post. One power dribble down the lane, trying to find Robinson, but the pass was picked off and taken by Washington. Washington into the left corner for Christie. Fakes the three. Good closeout by Bridges. Bounce pass to Thompson. Now up top for Lively. Lively, one dribble. Fakes the handoff. Guarded closely by Robinson. Bounce pass left baseline. Williams. 5 seconds to shoot. Williams against Brunson. Blocked from behind by Bridges. Terrific closeout. Help defense. Bridges, left side. Towns, three-pointer. No good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Christie. Towns is 0 for 4 from downtown. Minute 10 gone by, third quarter. Thompson around a Lively screen, stops at the foul line, fires, and knocks it down from 16 feet away. And the Mavs have scored the first 4 points of the second half. Brunson across the timeline. He had a Knick-high 15 points in that first half. Right side pass for Towns. Towns, one dribble, hands to Shamet. Shamet backs away with the dribble from Thompson around a Robinson screen. His pass is kicked by Lively, and that will reset the shot clock to 14. 10:21 to go. Third quarter, 54-52 Dallas. Low scoring game. Mavs shooting 40% from the field, Knicks 39%. Brunson inbounds, front court right side to Robinson, who hands it right back to Brunson. Shot clock under 10. Brunson, pull up, right elbow. No good off the back of the rim, but he drew the foul from behind against Max Christie. And Brunson will go back to the line.
Yeah, he's so good at that. Just jumping straight up, and he knows the defender is close to him, and no claustrophobia there for Jalen Brunson. He doesn't mind that contact when the defender gets too close in his airspace, in his cylinder, so to speak. Jalen, and he does a good job of concentrating still on the rim despite that contact. He almost made that shot, which was very difficult while he was hit in the middle of the air.
And he does make that shot more often than you would think as he hits the first free throw. So Brunson with the Knicks' first point of the second half. 10:16 to go in the third. First game back. First game in a week for Jalen Brunson. Knicks caught a bit of a break with the schedule since his ankle injury last Wednesday as he hits both free throws. They only had 2 games, both against Miami on Friday and then on Monday, and he was able to return tonight, having only missed 2 games. Good defense by Shamet. The ball is kicked into the hands of Thompson. Thompson guarded by Bridges. Shot clock under 10. Thompson slip pass to Lively in the corner. Christie's three-pointer is no good. Towns the rebound. 7th rebound for Karl Anthony Towns. We're tied at 54, 9:50 to go, third quarter. Bridges off the handoff from Robinson. Fallback from the right block is good for Mikal Bridges. He's got 13.
So good in that mid-range. I mean, he gets his feet set, shoots with a little fadeaway. And he is locked in, taking those 15 to 8-foot shots.
Very efficient tonight. Lob pass, and they weren't able to connect as Williams was looking for Lively. Lively got it back, and they get it to Christie for 3. No good. Robinson had the box out, but the ball was tipped in, I believe, off the hands of Mitchell Robinson. But you credit the basket to Derek Lively, and we're once again tied at 56. Here's Brunson going to work. Ball back 14 feet away, no. Washington the rebound. Washington quickly in the front court, drives right at Towns, into the corner for Christie, right wing. Williams sets his feet, fires a 3, knocks it down. 59-56. Dallas leads by 3. Timeout, Knicks.
Mike Brown has been taking a lot of early timeouts when he doesn't see what he likes. And right now he does not see what he likes defensively. The Dallas Mavericks came out with a couple plays to get Klay Thompson coming off stagger screens that worked the first 2 possessions. And now the Knicks lost Brandon Williams, who hasn't been shooting the 3 very well, but he knocked down a wide open look. Guys are going to make them if you give them wide open looks like that.
And this Knicks timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 8:58 to go, third quarter. Mavericks leading the Knicks 59-56. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc., New York, New York.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliated and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Back here in Dallas with 8:58 to go in the third quarter. Pat O'Keefe, Wally Zerbiak. Knicks trail the Mavericks 59-56. Back in the fourth game. Knicks had a 2-point lead at the half, but the Mavs have come out, hit a couple of threes here early in the third quarter to retake the lead. And Mike Brown, not only the early timeout, early substitutions here, Wally. We see Josh Hart coming back into the game and Gershon Yabusele. Bridges and Mitchell Robinson go back to the bench a little more than 3 minutes into the third quarter.
Yeah, Yabusele's getting some early call in early minutes. His defense has been really good. I think Mike Brown really likes the matchup against P.J. Washington because you got to keep him in check, and Yabusele's been a good matchup for him so far.
Yabusele, a team high plus 11 in the 12 minutes he's played so far, and 12 minutes above what he's been averaging for a full game, as Towns out of the timeout, drives, flips it up with the right hand, no good, but he chases down his own rebound, finds Brunson right corner. Yabusele's three-pointer, no good, skips across the rim, and Williams grabs the rebound. Knicks now 3 for 23 from beyond the three-point arc. Williams to the basket, blocked by Hart, taken by Towns, Outlet into the front court for Brunson. One dribble, reverse layup is good with Lively in hot pursuit. Nearly another steal for Josh Hart. And the whistle blows. I don't know if the ball went out of bounds, but Hart and our official Scott Chwarowski were tied up and went into the front row. It's going to be Mavs ball. Another hustle play for Hart. Williams inbounds to Washington. Washington hands to Thompson. One dribble, stops, pump fakes. Entry pass P.J. Washington. Gives it back to Thompson, who loses the handle, taken by Yabusele. Shamet broke that play up. Here's Towns into the front court. Jump pass for Hart underneath the basket, circling. Now gets it back from Brunson. They're giving Hart the three, electing not to take it here. Shot clock under 10. Shamet high post bounce pass for Towns, who's really looking to distribute here in the third quarter, but he throws that one away. Picked off by Christie. Left wing. Williams three-pointer. No good off the front of the rim. Rebound scooped up by Hart. Hart left side. Towns. He'll fire this one for three and knocks it down, and that's just the fourth three-pointer of the game for the Knicks.
Yeah, and Towns has got to start knocking these down. He's too good of a shooter. He's 1 for 5 from the three-point line. He's had really good looks. That was a good one in transition. No hesitation, just quick catch, quick release, nothing but net.
61-59, Knicks back on top. Lively fouled inside off the feed from Max Christie. Towns the foul, trying to say that it was on the floor. And they're going to put Derek Lively at the free throw line for two. So Derek Lively getting the start tonight. Just his 6th game of the season, his 4th start. First free throw is good. Lively was the 12th pick in the 2023 draft, a pick that was acquired from Oklahoma City in exchange for Kaysen Wallace and Davis Bertans. It's one of those that worked out for both teams.
Wallace has become an impact player big time for Oklahoma City.
Just what they need, more impact players.
Impact, athletic, young, out of Kentucky.
Lively hits both free throws. We're tied at 61. Hart is blocked by Lively at the rim. Taken by Washington. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. And Shamet, away from the ball, steps up to take the charge from Derek Lively. It's an offensive foul. So Lively was coming down the lane looking for position, and Shamet, outside of the restricted area, held his ground. So the Knicks get it back, tied at 61. Brunson gets it back from Towns. Pull-up jumper is good, 15 feet away. Knicks lead by 2.
I want to see more of that. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, just get a little two-man game, give them a little space to operate and execute that pick and roll. That was such an effective play all last season that when you need some buckets and to stabilize and simplify the offense, that's a good one to call.
Thompson knocks down a three coming off of a curl. 64-63, Mavs back up by 1. 6:15 to go, third quarter. Najee Marshall back in, guarding Brunson. Now it's Brandon Williams on a switch. Brunson inside the free throw line, pulls up, dotted circle, good. Brunson starting to heat up here in the third.
Yeah, this is a half-court game, too. Dallas does not want to push. They don't want to pace. They don't want extra possessions, and Brunson's really good in the playoff, slow-tempo type game.
That ball knocked away inside from Washington. Brunson got his hand on it. It's out of bounds off the Mavs, so the Knicks get the ball back up by 1. 5:50 to go. Brunson up to a game-high 23 points. Starting to feel it on his former home floor. Down the lane, kicks it out. Yabusele's open three is too strong. Towns the offensive rebound. One power dribble inside, flips it up, no. Gets it back, flips it up again, no. But this time, Towns staying with it, draws the foul.
I'll tell you, the Knicks on the glass are tough as a team. They just get so many offensive rebounds, extra possessions all over the place. Karl Anthony Towns has such a great knack. He's got such great hands. as a rebounder. He's second in the NBA in rebounding, right behind Nikola Jokic. And it's just such a luxury to have because the Knicks are generating some better looks at the basket. But if you can get extra possessions, it's like finding money on the side of the street. I mean, that's how coaches refer to it, analytics coaches. It's like you find an extra couple bucks on the street, just take it, put it in your pocket, take another shot. And the Knicks are getting extra opportunities at the basket, which is huge for them tonight when they're not shooting. The first one's great.
First free throw good for Towns, and that's the thing, especially on a night like tonight, like you just said, nights where the shot isn't falling, getting those extra opportunities helps immensely. One more for Towns, it's good. Knicks have a 3-point lead, 67-64.
13-5 offensive rebounding advantage for the Knicks. That is what's keeping them in the game with their lowly three-point shooting percentage.
Here's Thompson, fires again. This one's an air ball from the top of the arc. A little bit of a heat check there for Klay Thompson, who has already knocked down 3 threes tonight. Towns to the bench. He's got 10 points and 11 rebounds, so that's already his 13th double-double this season in 14 games. And he has 4 of the Knicks' offensive rebounds, those Towns. So he's out. Robinson is back in. Bridges is back in, and so is Jordan Clarkson. Here's Brunson one-on-one with D'Angelo Russell. From the foul line, pull-up jumper, good, and Brunson's got 25. Jason Kidd calls timeout.
Jalen Brunson just starting to take over. And he's got a look on his face like, yeah, guys, you let me go too. Hey, I hate to bring it up, but, I mean, what are you thinking? Like, Jalen Brunson has just exploded in a New York Knicks uniform. When he comes back to Dallas, he loves sending a message to this team. You could see at the start of the game, he was good, looking aggressive for his shot. Now he's up to 25 points. Just a superstar top 10 player in the NBA that Dallas let go for pretty much nothing.
Last year he scored 37 points here in Dallas. 2 years ago he scored 30. And we're midway through the third quarter, and he's already got 25. This Knicks Timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 5:13 to go in the third. Knicks have equaled their largest lead of the night. They're on top 69-64 here in Dallas. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Ready to let the good times cruise? Then you need a Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea, a proud partner of the New York Knicks. Made with real iced tea, real vodka, and no bubbles. It's one wildly refreshing drink. Sun Cruiser goes great with the sun, the sand, the snow, and anywhere else your adventures take you. Stop by Old Mates in the Financial District for some Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Teas. Sun Cruiser Beverage Company, Boston, Massachusetts. All nutritionals based on 12-ounce serving. Please drink responsibly.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Back here in Dallas, 5:13 to go in the third quarter, and the Knicks are on top 69-64. Jalen Brunson up to a game-high 25 points, and showing no ill effects from that ankle injury that kept him out the last 2 games.
Being very aggressive, too. 10 for 19 from the field. Just looking really good in the mid-range, too, which is kind of the last thing that comes back from an ankle injury. So, obviously, he put the work in to rehab it and get it right.
Out of the timeout, Jaden Hardy gets free for a three-pointer. No good. Long rebound. Bounces out to Hart, 2-on-1 with Brunson. Finds him. Reverse layup. Right hand off the glass and in. Knicks have their largest lead, 71-64.
And he looks over at Jason Kidd, right hand. Jason Kidd wanted him to work on his right hand when he was in Dallas. He mentioned that in his pregame press conference. Jalen has.
Pull-up jumper, D'Angelo Russell. Yeah, Kidd says he uses his right hand now a lot more than he did when he was here. Wanted to show him that he used it right there. Here he is, double-teamed, passes out of that. They go to Hart, right corner, puts it on the floor, fall back from the center of the paint is good for Josh Hart. That's that patented Josh Hart pull-up, 73-66. Looks like he's so off balance, but he's under control. Here's Russell, cut off on the drive by Clarkson. Step back is good for D'Angelo Russell, and he's knocked down 2 in a row. 73-68. Dallas has come out hot out of that last time out. Here's Hart, right corner 3. That's good for Josh Hart. And the Knicks lead by 8.
This is what I expected the Knicks to play like. Just great rotations, ball movement. Jalen Brunson drawing double teams, leaving the wide open shots.
Marshall, aggressive drive to the basket, finishes off the glass, but the Knicks pushing it up court again. Here's Clarkson on the right wing, driving at Hardy, spins away from him, loses his balance, gets it to Robinson. One dribble, Robinson from the paint, flips it up, no good, but a foul by Daniel Gafford. I would say that's a smart foul by Gafford, but he almost allowed Robinson to make the basket.
Yeah, Robinson with the big finger roll scoop almost snuck it in there after getting clotheslined on the play. He's going to go here to the free throw line where the first 2 free throws he took this game, they looked good. The first one rattled in. Second one was in and out. Looks like he's starting to maybe get a little bit better from that free throw line.
He simplified his motion and his routine at the line, holds the ball against his left hip, one dribble, sets himself, and that was a line drive off the front of the rim. Max Christie back in. P.J. Washington to the bench. 3:32 to go, third quarter. 76-70. Knicks have looked much better here in the third, but by no means out of the woods as they look for their first road win of the season. Here's Robinson again, taking a long look at the basket. One dribble, shooting position, and hits the front rim and bounces off, so he goes 0 for 2. Here's Russell across the timeline. Slip pass to Gafford, rolling to the basket. A little up and under, no good. Gets his own rebound, though. Brings it back down. Hart swiping at it. Gafford passes into the corner. Hardy's 3 off the mark. Robinson the rebound. And an outlet to Hart. 3:10 to go. Hart coast to coast, and he comes up short, but he's fouled by Gafford as he challenged the big man going to the basket.
Yeah, one of the best coast-to-coast players in the NBA, Josh Hart. Obviously an outstanding rebounder, so when he gets that rebound, he likes to go by himself. One-man fast break, and he saw nobody pick him up at half court, so he just continued to attack. Looked like a little bit of a dangerous play. Gafford trying to close down on him and get the block. But Josh Hart got hit in the head, gets himself a free throw attempts for 2.
You know, there's a lot different with this Knicks team this year under Mike Brown. The substitution patterns are different. The rotation is different. As Hart hits the first free throw, I don't know if anyone's role has changed on this team as much as Josh Hart's has. How do you see him adjusting to his new role?
Well, Josh Hart can adjust to any role. He's a Swiss Army knife, just a basketball player and a winner. And he's the heart and soul of this team. He still is. And Mike Brown's trying to cater to some other guys to make sure they get comfortable in their new uniforms. And as a result, Josh Hart has had to play different ways because Mike Brown trusts that he can play different positions, different ways. He can adjust to different offenses and defensive schemes. So having that type of luxury and a player that can do that has made Mike Brown's life a lot easier.
2 for 2 from the line for Josh Hart. On the other end, D'Angelo Russell answers by hitting a floater in the paint. So once again, it's a 6-point Knicks lead with 2:40 to go in the third. Deuce McBride back in. McBride right wing pass for Hart. One dribble, hands off to Bridges. Back up top for McBride. High post now, it's Towns. Towns working against Gafford, and that's an offensive foul against Karl Anthony Towns. Hooked him with his offhand.
Those are the fouls that drives Mike Brown crazy. I mean, Gafford reached in a little bit, and then Towns just kind of locked his arm against him. This is a weird call. I don't know what the point of that one was.
Russell, three-pointer from the left side is good, and D'Angelo Russell, 9 points in very short order here in the third quarter. Once again, it's a three-point game, and Mike Brown called a timeout.
Yep, 47 bench points for the Dallas Mavericks to 24 for the Knicks. We knew that was kind of going to be the case. Mavs are going to have to manufacture points wherever they can get them. D'Angelo Russell and Najee Marshall, both of those guys with 14 and 21 off the bench are carrying the load for the Mavericks.
This out-of-town scoreboard is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Good matchup in Cleveland earlier tonight where Houston beat the Cavs 114 to 104. The Rockets 10-3 now to begin the season. Alperen Şengün with 28 points. The Pacers get a win over the Hornets 127 to 118. It is Indy's second win of the season as they improve to 2-13. Benedict Mathurin back. He scored 24. Pascal Siakam had 22. Toronto, they keep winning. They beat Philadelphia tonight in Philly 121 to 112. The Raptors are now 10-5, and R.J. Barrett and Brandon Ingram each leading the way with 22 points. And Miami at home beats Golden State 110 to 96. That was the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Make the most of your season during the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event. Gift yourself some savings and visit your local Kia dealer today. So out of the Mike Brown timeout, which leaves the Knicks with 3 timeouts for the remainder of the game. They have the ball, 2:19 to go, third quarter, up 78-75. Knicks, a couple minutes ago, had their biggest lead of the game of 8. Towns fakes the 3, drives the lane, no good with the left hand, but he's fouled as he tumbles into the front row underneath the basket.
Towns hits the ground every time he goes to the basket. It's so funny. He does get whacked around a little bit there. He almost finished that with the left hand and got the and-one opportunity. His ability to put the ball on the floor at his size and make those big guys like Gafford move their feet and defend him, that is such an incredible skill that he has, makes him so difficult to guard. And the fact that he makes his free throws, too, is upwards of 90% plus the way he's been shooting them. That's a huge advantage to have when he's not always hitting his threes and knocking them down.
4th foul against Daniel Gafford. Towns misses another free throw. It's his 3rd miss from the line tonight. He's 3 for 6. And the Knicks as a team have already missed 9 free throws tonight. You know, they weren't great from the line the other night against Miami, which hurts you in a 2-point loss. Here's Towns' 2nd. That's good. So the Knicks lead by 4. Karl Anthony Towns with 11 points and 11 rebounds to go along with 5 assists. Here's Josh Hart up on Najee Marshall. Marshall around his screen, picked up on a switch by Clarkson. Marshall trying to get himself free. Around a Lively screen, floats it up inside the paint, no good. Nice defense there by the Knicks. Battle for the rebound. Lively and Towns to the floor. Lively comes up with it, kicks it out to Russell. Russell's had the hot hand in this quarter, but he's blocked by McBride. Rebounded by Towns. Hard on the front court to Clarkson. Right corner, Bridges, no hesitation. It's an air ball on a 3 attempt, rebounded by Russell. Outlet to Hardy, drives around hard, off the glass, counted, and the foul for Jaden Hardy.
Knicks just can't get separation from this Dallas team. They built themselves an 8-point lead. But these Mavericks I think they sense the fact that the Knicks have not won yet on the road. This was not going to come easy. The Mavs have shown that they are not going down without a fight. And this team is playing aggressive, taking advantage of some stuff when they can. So if the Knicks are going to want to win this game, they're going to have to play a high level of basketball to close this third quarter with 1:27 to go and into the fourth.
Free throw is good for Hardy. Knicks are one of 2 NBA teams that has yet to win on the road coming into tonight. As they lead by 1 with 1:15 to go. Clarkson is bottled up. It's knocked out of his hands and knocked out of bounds. The other one is the Indiana Pacers, who won tonight, but they won at home. So the Knicks and the Pacers, the only NBA teams winless on the road. McBride will inbound from the baseline. 9 seconds to shoot. Off the screen, Bridges. Back to McBride, who resets and knocks down the corner 3. That's his first of the night.
Yeah, he missed some open ones in the first half, but Deuce McBride, too good of a shooter. When he gets his feet square, his shoulders square to that basket, he's got a smooth-looking release, and he nailed that one from the corner. Those corner threes, they got to fall for those Knicks. They're one of the best in the NBA at generating them.
82-78. Russell working very hard for that shot, and he gets the friendly roll. D'Angelo Russell, a big third quarter. And again, it's a 2-point game. Here's Towns with a head of steam. Off the glass and in as he drove it right at Derek Lively. 84-80. Teams trading baskets the last couple of trips down. Final minute of the third quarter. Hardy crossover dribble around Clarkson. Reverse layup, no good. Back tapped by Lively. Russell wide open. 3 straight on. Good. 1-point game. D'Angelo Russell is on fire here in the third. There's a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Hart, left-handed dribble, turns over his shoulder and looks at the play call for Mike Brown. Shot clock down to 8. Hart drives, hands to McBride near the top of the arc. He's guarded by Marshall. Shot clock at 3. McBride fires a 3 and knocks it down over Najee Marshall. 6 seconds to go in the quarter. Knicks by 4. Russell in the front court. His pass deflected into the hands of Christie, who hits the reverse layup with 7/10 of a second to go. Inbound to Clarkson. Heaves it the length of the court. Off the mark. A frenzy to end the third quarter. And it ends like it began. The Knicks holding a 2-point lead.
Yeah, this one's going to come down to the wire. Jordan Clarkson fell asleep with time running out in that third quarter. The backdoor caught him napping. As a result, an easy 2 for the Dallas Mavericks to cut this game to a 2-point lead. We're coming down the stretch. It's going to be a close one.
Knicks looking for that first road win of the season. 3 quarters in the books here in Dallas, and they have an 87-85 lead over the Mavericks. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It's the Kia Season of New Traditions sales event, so don't just hang your own lights. Venture out and look for the northern lights. Drink cocoa on the beach. Or be a drive-by karaoke caroler. Because every new Kia comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So you can take holidays to places they've never been. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more. Kia, movement that inspires.
See Kia dealer for warranty details. Event S12-125.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian is always in pursuit of a better way to heal the spine. We're getting more people moving again with minimally invasive, non-surgical, and surgical treatments with innovative solutions for every back and spine condition and your unique needs. Expert spine care is available now across New York City and Westchester. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
The Post-Career Day Press Conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during Career Day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Jew Irish Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York.
Back here in Dallas as we get set for the start of the fourth quarter, the Knicks lead the Mavericks 87-85. Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak with you. So points, Wally, were at a premium really for both teams in a low-scoring first half, but the offense really kicking up a notch, especially late in that third quarter.
Yeah, that was a good quarter. 37 points in that quarter for the Knicks. They generated really good looks at the basket. Looked like they got a little bit of pace into the game because they got the lead. So when they get the lead, then the Mavericks can't just walk the ball up the floor and slow down the pace. They have to attack to try to get themselves back in the game. D'Angelo Russell had a big quarter there for the Mavericks with 14 points. He can still score, reminding people that he's a walking bucket too, along with Najee Marshall. So this is a key start to this quarter for the Knicks. They need to get off to a hot start with no Jalen Brunson still on the floor. Remember, he's coming in to close the game around 7-8 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. But these first 4 minutes without him on the floor are key for this bench brigade.
He got it going in that third quarter. Brunson with 12 points in the period. Landry Shamet, Gershon Yabusele, Jordan Clarkson, Deuce McBride, and Karl Anthony Towns out there for the Knicks. Leading by 2, Knicks ball, Shamet up top for Towns, who's guarded by Lively. Couple left-handed dribbles to the basket and lays it in with the left hand. Nice hesitation dribble by Towns.
Yeah, just absolutely putting Derek Lively in the blender with his quickness, with his handle, with his skill level at 7 feet tall.
15 points, 12 rebounds for Cat. Hardy drives at McBride. And there's a whistle and a foul against the Knicks and against Deuce McBride. Third foul against Deuce. Jaden Hardy with 9 points off the bench will shoot 2 more free throws. Excuse me, that's McBride's second foul, not his third. So Hardy in his 4th year came into the league out of the G League Ignite, as his first free throw is good. Second round draft pick back in 2022, coming off a 17-point game Monday against the Timberwolves. Hardy's second is also good, so it's 89-87. 30 seconds gone by here in the fourth. Hardy picks up Shamet, who brings it across the timeline. Right-hand side up top for Towns. He wants to drive on Lively again and does so this time from the right-hand side, but it goes in and out off the glass. Russell quickly into the front court. Leaves it off for Marshall. Cut off by Yabusele. Marshall backs it out. Hands to Russell on the Mavericks logo near center court. Russell dribbles into a three-pointer. It's good. And D'Angelo Russell now with 17 points in the second half. Mavs lead by 1. McBride trying to answer, gets to the foul line, pulls up off the mark. Najee Marshall taps the rebound to himself. Into the front court, it's knocked away by Towns. Good hustle getting back to disrupt that play. Here comes Shamet, right corner. Yabusele sets for a 3. Short. Taps the rebound into the hands of Lively. Yabusele is 0 for 5 from downtown. Clarkson all the way up on Russell. Russell around a Lively screen. Slips the pass, high post, Lively into the right corner. Max Christie, no good, too strong. Towns battling for the rebound, and it's picked up by Shamet. 90-89 Mavs. Jordan Clarkson right side of the arc. Trying to get away from Russell. Gets around him, goes to the left hand, and he's fouled as Jordan Clarkson will get to the line after forcing the issue.
That's a good job by Jordan Clarkson. D'Angelo Russell has been on fire on the offensive end of the floor, but you have to make him defend. And Jordan Clarkson can get an advantage whenever he wants. There he beat him off the dribble. And I know I've been harping on it all night long. Bench points, 60-30 advantage for the Dallas Mavericks. D'Angelo Russell and Najee Marshall with 22 for Russell, 21 for Marshall. Off the bench. So those two guys are carrying the offense again for this Maverick squad.
Clarkson misses the first free throw. Last year, when the Knicks were here, right around this time, it was the night before Thanksgiving, and the Mavs won by 13. They had 3 different players score at least 20 in that game, led by Kyrie Irving. Najee Marshall had a big game, and the third Mav that night with at least 20 was Quentin Grimes. The former Knick, now with the 76ers. Clarkson goes 1 for 2, and we're tied at 90 with 10:05 to go in the fourth. Jordan Clarkson, 8 points off the bench. The Knicks high man off the bench is Josh Hart with 11. Russell fakes the pass, drives into the corner. Christie's three is good for the right corner. Mavs back up by 3. 9:50 to go in the fourth. McBride off the in-and-out dribble, slips the pass to Towns, has to corral it along the baseline and saves it into McBride's hands. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Clarkson swings it around, right side for Bridges, right corner. Shamet's three, no good, front rim. Christie swoops in for the rebound. 2.5 gone by in the fourth. Hardy plays with a lot of aggression. Back out to Russell near the midcourt line. Russell picked up by Towns on a switch. Step back, three-pointer, air ball. And it goes out of bounds. Knicks ball down 3. 9:10 to go in the fourth. Here's McBride between the legs a couple of times, up top for Towns. Towns thought about the three. Now he drives the lane, and he's fouled as he took it to the basket against Daniel Gafford. Towns will go back to the free throw line with 9:04 to go in the fourth.
Towns is just like absolutely smoking these big guys off the dribble. Like his hesitation move on that play was outstanding. He's breaking down the defense whenever he wants. I like what he's doing. He only has 15 points because he's not shooting the ball great, but he's getting himself to the free throw line. The 12 boards, also facilitating very well with the 5 assists. He's been a big part of this offense despite the fact not shooting the ball like he's normally capable of.
And he misses another free throw, Wally. And that is Towns' 4th miss from the line tonight. He came into the game shooting 91% on free throws. The last time the Knicks won a game here, December 27th, 2022. Excuse me, March 9th, 2022 was their last win here, as Towns hits the second. It was a 107-77 victory. Julius Randle, Dallas native, scored 26 points for the Knicks, but they trail by 2 here in the fourth. Looking to snap a 3-game losing streak in Dallas. Gafford at the top of the arc, Towns up on him. 8:50 to go in the fourth. Left side pass, Christie tries another 3. That's 2 in a row for Max Christie, who's starting to heat up, and Dallas is back up by 5. Jalen Brunson off the Knicks bench, heads to the scorer's table. Towns drives around Gafford, tough finish inside. Towns is the Knicks offense right now. Give him 18 points. Knicks looking to get a stop here on the defensive end. Thompson cutting across the lane. Fallback is good from 8 feet away. 98-93 Dallas. Clarkson loses the handle. Retrieved by Towns beyond the 3-point arc. 10 seconds to shoot. Towns calling for a screen. Gives it to McBride. His 3 is good from the left side of the arc. Deuce knocks down another one. And it's a 2-point game. Knicks trailing, 7:45 to go. Jalen Brunson, Mitchell Robinson at the scorer's table waiting to check in. McBride deflects the pass and it's knocked out of bounds off the shin of Klay Thompson. Good defense by not only McBride but Landry Shamet. So with 7:39 to go in the fourth quarter, 98-96. Robinson and Brunson back in. Towns and Clarkson to the bench. It's Knicks basketball. And Jason Kidd calls timeout. Deuce McBride, while he hit that 3 a moment ago, he missed his first 6 attempts from downtown tonight. He's hit his last 3.
Well, that's what shooters do. They keep shooting. They have ultimate confidence in their game, in their abilities. And Deuce McBride has hit some tough ones. One was a pull-up with it well defended in this second half, so he's going to continue to take them, and that's the mentality of a shooter. You miss 5 in a row, 6 in a row, you feel like you're going to make your next 6.
He's halfway there. This Knicks Timeout is sponsored by BetterHelp. Mental health is health. Visit BetterHelp.com/timeout today for 10% off your first month of therapy. 7:39 to go, fourth quarter, and Dallas Mavs lead the Knicks 98-96. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
Every unforgettable Knicks moment is built on heart, hustle, and history, the same qualities that define London Jewelers. For 100 years, London Jewelers has helped generations celebrate life's biggest wins, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones that shine forever. Because true brilliance isn't just seen, it's felt, shared, and passed on. From fine timepieces to exquisite jewelry, London Jewelers is where moments become memories that last a lifetime. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of excellence. Visit London Jewelers at any of their 6 locations.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Stay tuned for the Knicks postgame show presented by Local 3 IBEW and NICKA New York, always leading the way. 7:39 to go in Dallas, fourth quarter. Pat O'Keefe, Wally Zerbiak with you. Knicks trail the Mavericks 98-96. But the Knicks get Jalen Brunson back in the game. Mitchell Robinson has returned as well. Deuce McBride, who has heated up in the second half. Josh Hart and Mikal Bridges, the 5 on the floor for the Knicks. And this is the position they feel good about. Tight game, fourth quarter, and their closer, Jalen Brunson, coming back in.
Yeah, it's nice to have Jalen back, and now Mike Brown is going with some lineups that he trusts, teams, guys that have continuity with each other, and the Knicks are going to have to play at a high level to slow down this team, the Dallas Mavericks, who are playing pretty well right now down the stretch.
Towns with 18 points and 12 rebounds on the bench, getting a rest right now. Brunson with the right hand, his pass is kicked by Moussa Cisse. So that will reset the shot clock to 14 seconds with 7:22 to go in the game. Brunson inbounds from the right sideline. McBride pops free, gives it right back to Brunson on the right side. Brandon Williams guards him. Brunson into the right corner for Josh Hart. Up top, Bridges gets around the defender, pulls up from the foul line off the mark. Rebounded by P.J. Washington. Washington hands to Williams. Bridges guards Brandon Williams. Washington's matched up with Brunson. Williams slips through, finds Christie in the corner, up to Thompson for 3, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Dallas basketball as Cisse and Robinson were battling for that rebound. 6:50 to go in the fourth, 14 on the shot clock. P.J. Washington inbounds to Williams. McBride up on him. Williams right-handed dribble picked up by Brunson. Crossover dribble down the lane. Blocked, but fouled before the block came. The foul is against Jalen Brunson. It's a pretty loud arena, and we're pretty far from the court. Hard to hear that last whistle.
Yeah, that was a Jalen Brunson type rip-through move that Brandon Williams put on Jalen Brunson, got himself to the free throw line. Brandon Williams is quick. I mean, he's a jet getting to the basket, and right now he's getting some dribble penetration, which the Knicks have struggled to deal with all season long. That's one thing that Mike Brown wants to get better, is controlling dribble penetration, not allowing blow-bys by guards.
First free throw is good for Brandon Williams, 79% from the line this season. Second one is up and also good. So a 4-point Dallas lead with 6:44 to go in the fourth. Christie picks up Brunson across the timeline. Left-handed dribble for Jalen Brunson. Hart sets him a high screen. Now Brunson picked up by Thompson. Left side, pass, Bridges, corner three, no. Hart the offensive rebound though. It's good off the glass.
That's a huge rebound. Mikal Bridges had two wide open looks the last two possessions. Didn't even come close to hitting the shots, and Josh Hart bails him out with the O board.
That last one was an air ball as Christie takes it hard to the basket and draws the foul. Took it right into the teeth of the Knicks defense and is fouled by Mitchell Robinson.
And another example of the Knicks just getting into scramble mode defensively and teams just attacking and dribbling right down their throats, down the paint, and getting to the free throw line again. This is the type of stuff that the Knicks are going to have to control the point of attack better. They are not a good defensive team one-on-one when guards are looking to drive.
First free throw is good for Max Christie. Coming into tonight, Dallas, the second worst free throw shooting team in the NBA percentage-wise. Well, Christie, as he hits the second, has them at 90% tonight. 102-98 as we approach the midway points of the fourth quarter. Hart comes out to set a screen for Brunson. Thompson switches on to him. Now he's double teamed. They find Hart left corner wide open, fires the three ball and knocks it down. And it's a 1-point game. 5:50 to go, 102-101 Mavs. Williams crossover down the lane and fouled by Mitchell Robinson. So again, very similar to the last play when Christie drove right through the heart of the defense.
Yeah, the Knicks just can't control the dribbler, and that's a major problem. In the fourth quarter especially, this is when you're supposed to lock down on defense even more. Normally you're not in foul trouble at this point. You save your fouls where you have to make an aggressive play defensively, but this is just a problem for the Knicks right now, where this Dallas team who struggles to shoot the ball and generate offense is getting to the free throw line every time down the floor.
Brandon Williams hits the first. Najee Marshall back in for Klay Thompson. We got 5:45 to go. That was the fourth team foul for the Knicks, so the Mavs will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Second one good again. And Brandon Williams 4 for 4 from the line here in the fourth quarter. He's got 9 points. 104-101. Knicks down 3. Brunson calmly walks it across the midcourt line. Picked up on a switch by Washington. Brunson setting him up. Step back. 16 feet away. Back rim, no. Tapped up and in by Mitchell Robinson. Another offensive rebound for the Knicks. They're 15th. Knicks down by 1 again with 5:15 to go. Brunson runs at Williams. They move it around the perimeter. Right corner, Christie takes the baseline. Left corner, finds Williams. Wants to drive on McBride. Bottled up. Rebound back tap. Shot clock is down to 2. Washington has to fire. It's an air ball, and the Knicks force the turnover.
That's better defense. Deuce McBride took the challenge, moved his feet. Brandon Williams had a lane to the basket, but Deuce cut it off beautifully. That's why Mike Brown loves having Deuce McBride out there, because he will compete on the defensive end of the floor. That was a huge stop.
We're under 5 minutes to go. Knicks the ball, trailing by 1. Here's Bridges near the top of the arc. Drives from the left-hand side, stops at the block. His pass is picked off by Williams. Ahead to Washington, who lays it in, and it's a 3-point game. Timeout, Knicks.
That's a careless play right there by Mikal Bridges. He tried to get into the lane, he had his mid-range shot taken away, and then he threw a careless pass out to Josh Hart, where Josh is going to he gets most loose balls, but that was not a good pass. Led to the easy transition bucket. In the fourth quarter, you cannot give up fast break points. That is a cardinal sin in the NBA. It's too easy. It's too hard to score points in the fourth in crunch time. You cannot give easy layups in transition.
4:39 to go in the fourth quarter. Mavericks holding on to a 3-point lead over the Knicks, 106-103 here in Dallas. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com, and your first delivery is free. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
With Progressive customer service, there are lots of ways to connect with us, so you never have to miss a second of your favorite sport. Because you'd much rather watch a ball go through a net 124 times in 48 minutes when you don't really have to pay attention until the last 2, and then somehow those 2 minutes will take an hour. You don't want to miss all that. Luckily, you can chat with Progressive on our app, online, or over the phone without missing a single one of those times the ball goes through the metal circle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
This message is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in with those you care about, and to remind ourselves that we're not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for 3.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Back here in Dallas, Pat O'Keefe and Wally Zerbiak for the close of a good one. 4:39 to go in the fourth quarter, 106-103. Knicks trailing after Najee Marshall just scored in transition off of a Knicks turnover. And it is a Dallas team, Wally, that despite its 4-11 record, has been up for the challenge so far tonight.
They sure have. And believe me, they knew the Knicks were coming into this game and haven't won a game on the road. And they said, they're not doing it on our home floor. They came up with a valiant effort, looked focused, knocking down their free throws to the tune of 90%. At 91% as a team. Knicks are in a dogfight here at the end of the game.
Out of the timeout, McBride, a contested 3 from the corner, no good. It's saved and taken by Marshall. So McBride had made his previous 3. Mavs have it as we approach 4 minutes to play, up by 3. Marshall, left elbow pass, Washington, guarded by Brunson, cross court, Marshall in the right corner. Drives on Hart, flips it up, can't get the roll, rebounded by Towns. Outlet to Hart, under 4 minutes to play. Knicks down by 3 with the ball. Hart up top for Towns, hands it back to Hart. Brings it right side, right corner. Bridges sets himself for a 3 and knocks it down, and we're tied at 106.
Great look in the corner. I don't know what happened defensively, but the Mavericks lost one of the best corner three-point shooters in the NBA, and Bridges made him pay to tie up this ball game.
His first three-pointer of the night. Bridges has 16 points, 3.5 to play, tied at 106. Cross-court pass, three-pointer off the mark by Washington, but there's a foul on the floor. It's against Karl Anthony Towns, going after the rebound and knocking Gafford to the floor. And as we said earlier, the Knicks have been in the penalty for quite some time, so that'll send Daniel Gafford to the line for 2 shots and a chance to break this tie. Gafford is an 82% free throw shooter on the season. First free throw, front rim, and bounces off. Shamet back in for McBride, so Shamet and Brunson are on the floor with Bridges, Hart, and Towns. Tied at 106, one more to come for Daniel Gafford. And that one's good, putting the Mavs back on top. It's been a close game throughout. Knicks' largest lead has been 8. Dallas's largest lead was 7. Towns out of the high post stands it to Brunson. Brunson guarded by Washington. Backs out with the right-handed dribble. Shot clock under 10. Crossover into a 3. Straight on Brunson off the side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Gafford. And a quick timeout called by Jason Kidd with 3:06 to go. That was a use it or lose it timeout for the Mavs head coach.
Yeah, this is a tight one right here. 1-point game. Jason Kidd, he's just trying to manufacture any offense that he can. He's been really getting to the free throw line in the fourth quarter. The Mavs now 9 for 10 from the line in the fourth quarter. So the Knicks showing the inability to defend them off the dribble. You're giving up 10 free throws in the fourth quarter. That is not a good sign defensively. Knicks need to get better these last 3 minutes and lock in on D.
And they're making those free throws. 21 for 24 tonight, 88%. Stay tuned for the Knicks postgame show presented by Local 3, IBEW, and NICA, New York, always leading the way. Chat with Dan Grassa on the postgame show. As the Knicks trail the Mavs 107-106. We've got 3:06 to play, each team with 2 timeouts. The Mavericks are in the bonus. Meanwhile, Dallas has only committed 2 team fouls. So the Knicks still a ways away from being in the bonus here in the fourth quarter.
And the Knicks need a crunch time win. They've really struggled in crunch time. Last year, Jalen Brunson, crunch time player of the year, and he bailed them out in a lot of close games. It's similar to this one. So I'm interested to see if the Knicks can kind of get their ability to win those close games back, because they were a really good team last year in winning close games. When the Knicks offense is clicking, they're blowing teams out by 20, 30, scoring 130, 140, they're great. But this is a grinder type game that's a possession game, and let's see if the Knicks can come up with something these last 3 minutes.
Shamet deflects the pass, but it's taken by Russell out of the timeout. And D'Angelo Russell, there's a foul. It's an illegal screen against the Mavericks, against Daniel Gafford. It's an offensive foul, giving the ball back to the Knicks with 2:54 to play.
And that was all the effort of Landry Shamet. I mean, he was all over the ball handler. D'Angelo Russell's having a big game, and Jason Kidd put him in the game to score and to create offense, and there was a moving screen just based on Landry Shamet selling out, trying to get over that screen.
Knicks have the ball back, down by 1. Brunson guarded by Russell. Right-handed dribble inside the paint, flips it up with the left hand, too strong. Hart tries to come down with the rebound. And it is a kick ball. As they say, he gathered it with his foot while he was lying on the floor. Possession goes to Dallas.
That's a very odd call. Mike Brown's looking to challenge. He's never seen a play like that. I mean, Josh Hart got the ball, but then he kicked it over to himself just to try to. That's an odd call, but it might have been the right call.
107-106, Mavs a 1-point lead. Russell trying to draw a foul, nothing doing there. Shot no good, rebounded by Hart. Knicks a 3rd straight chance to take the lead here in the fourth quarter. Down by 1, Towns wide open, 3 straight on, no good. Rebounded by Christie with 2:10 to go. Knicks still trail by 1.
Can't ask for a better look. Towns was wide open at the top of the break.
Lob pass inside to Washington, shot no good. But he was fouled. Washington was matched up underneath the basket with Jalen Brunson. Landry Shamet came from the weak side to help. So P.J. Washington will go to the free throw line. Not sure if Shamet was shaken up on that play. He's walking gingerly. as two of the crew members here at American Airlines Center are out there with the mops. Two bodies hit the floor inside the paint. Washington to the line with 2:06 to go. The foul was against Brunson. Washington's first free throw is good. One more to come. Brunson picks up his third foul. Hart and Towns each have 4. P.J. Washington, just 4 points so far tonight, and that one's no good. Towns grabs the rebound. It's 108-106, 2 minutes to play. Knicks down by 2 here in Dallas. Brunson has it center court. Jab step with the left foot, slip pass, high post, Hart, couple dribbles, out to Bridges for 3, right wing, front rim, no. Towns battling inside, loose ball taken by Gafford, saves it into the hands of Marshall. Here comes P.J. Washington into the front court. They swing it around to Russell on the left wing. Dallas is going to try to run some clock here as we approach 1.5 minutes to go. They have a 2-point lead. Najee Marshall driving on Towns, inside the paint, up top, Washington's 3, front rim, no, back tap to Russell. Good job by Gafford for another possession for the Mavs. 1:15 to go. Marshall loses the handle inside the paint. Hart picks it up. Knicks have numbers. Shamet on the right-hand side, finds Brunson in the left corner. Good closeout there. Brunson, left corner. Shamet, open 3. Good! And the Knicks have a 1-point lead with 1:02 to go. Timeout, Dallas.
Wow, if the Knicks picked up their defense. That is winning basketball. Getting stops when you need it. This lineup, Mike Brown trusts them on the defensive end of the floor. And there were a couple opportunities to get an easy layup and tie this one, but the Knicks ended up with the open corner 3. Landry Shamet has been huge defensively on these last couple possessions, and he gives the Knicks the lead with a massive triple from the left corner.
But you mentioned it starts on the defensive end. Najee Marshall trying to drive, gets inside the paint, and all you see are arms and hands of the Knicks swatting at the ball, and that started the break the other way.
And it's all effort. I mean, this is not scheme. At this point in the game, it's just who wants it more. Who wants to get the stop? And it was interesting how Mike Brown brought in Shamet for Deuce. And I think he did that just because Shamet has a little bit more size. He's about 6'4", 6'5", a little bit longer arms. So those long arms have been very effective getting some deflections here in the last couple minutes of this game.
Landry Shamet tonight making his 5th start of the season in place of OG Anunoby. Not a high-scoring night. That was his first 3-pointer. He's got 6 points. That was the biggest shot of the game for the Knicks so far. We've got 1.2 minutes to go, and the Knicks have a 109-108 lead. Out of the timeout, Jason Kidd will advance the ball into the front court. Same 5 on the floor for the Knicks. Brunson, Shamet, Bridges, Towns, and Hart. Washington's the inbounder. Hart guards him. Washington finds Russell, who has it with the left-handed dribble guarded by Bridges. Now Brunson picks him up on a switch. Russell drives towards the block, flips it up, hits the back of the rim and falls off, but Brunson is called for the foul, his 4th. And D'Angelo Russell will go to the line with a chance to retake the lead for Dallas.
Yeah, and JB's trying to ask for a challenge. Looking over at the bench, he feels like JB got him. Just leaned in a little bit, went for the up fake. That's a play that Jalen Brunson's used to getting that whistle, benefiting him. And D'Angelo Russell is a crafty vet, knows how to score, and he willed his way to the free throw line here.
Each team does have its challenge remaining. Russell, his first free throw is no good. Too strong off the back of the rim. D'Angelo Russell has 22 points off the bench. He had 14 in the 3rd quarter. 53 seconds to go. This one to tie. Hits the front of the rim and drops in. We are tied at 109 with 50 seconds to go. Full court pressure by Max Christie as the crowd rises to its feet here in Dallas. 109 all, 40 seconds left. Brunson trying to get away from Christie with the dribble. He's double teamed. High post, Hart One power dribble inside, flips it up. No, but gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Shamet. Tries another three. That's good. 2 in a row for Landry Shamet. The Knicks lead by 3. Timeout, Dallas.
What a play. Josh Hart getting the ball in the Draymond Green area when they doubled Jalen Brunson. He had a layup that got blocked by the shot blocker, but he gets every loose ball, didn't give up on the play. When he got that loose ball, Shamet relocated to the left wing and nailed another huge shot. What a performance by Landry Shamet. Wasn't shooting the ball great all game, but Mike Brown goes back to him with 4 minutes to go, subs him into the lineup. He makes huge defensive plays, makes the 2 big threes to now give the Knicks a 3-point lead with 31 seconds to go.
The first three-pointer put the Knicks up by 1 with 1:02 left. And the most recent one puts them up by 3 with 31.4 seconds to go. So this is the final timeout for Dallas. You assume, just like the last time, Jason Kidd will advance it into the front court. What do you think he's looking to do with this possession down by 3?
He's looking to break down the Knicks off the dribble. He's got D'Angelo Russell, who's having a big-time game. Nazi Marshall's out there. He comes back in the lineup with Klay Thompson, one of the greatest three-point shooters of all time. So the Knicks have to defend the three-point line. I say this all the time. Switch everything. Do not give up a 3, and do not foul the three-point shooter. You can live with a 2 if they get to the basket, because then it becomes a possession game and a free throw game, and the Knicks got to make their free throws. But you do not want to give up three-point shots if you're the Knicks right now.
Robinson in, McBride in. Brunson and Towns on the bench. Mike Brown has 2 timeouts remaining, none for Dallas. Inbound, Thompson, pump fake, three-pointer straight on. Air ball, rebounded by Robinson. And did they foul him or did the Knicks get a timeout call? Josh Hart was trying to call timeout. And Scott Foster was signaling that first there was a foul against Mitchell Robinson. However, they were not in the penalty. So that is a foul on the floor, and that is a huge break for the Knicks because now Towns can come in for Robinson on offense.
You're right. That is a massive, massive break for the Knicks. And that is the first foul in the final 2 minutes. Correct. Therefore, the Knicks taking the ball out of bounds on the side. Now, you got to get this ball in bounds here. Got to be aggressive. Got to make sure you get this ball in bounds. Don't turn the ball over because you know the Mavericks are going to go max, go for steal, and try to sell out here defensively.
Knicks do have 2 timeouts. Towns in for Robinson, and Shamet has come back in for McBride. Bridges inbounding in the backcourt, finds Shamet. Full court pressure. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Cross-court pass for Bridges, but Shamet was fouled on the pass with 22 seconds to go. And now the Mavs are over the limit, and that'll put Shamet at the free throw line. And with that, Robinson and McBride go back to the scorer's table. And Mike Brown can do that offensive-defensive switch because he has the timeouts available. Shamet misses the first free throw, so it's still a 1-possession game. He's 1 for 2 now from the line tonight. And for the Knicks, that is their 12th missed free throw. 22 seconds to go. To add more incentive, there's free food available if this free throw is missed. And it is. He's too strong. No timeouts for Dallas. They're down by 3. Rebounded by Marshall, and he brings it all the way into the front court. Shamet guards him. We're down to 12 seconds to go. Three-pointer Williams, right side, no good. Rebounded by Robinson, and he's fouled immediately by Washington. And this time, Dallas is over the limit, but there are 6.6 seconds to go, and Mitchell Robinson will go to the free throw line with a chance to make this a 2-possession game.
How about the defense by the Knicks in the last couple possessions? That was a tough shot by Brandon Williams. They locked up Klay Thompson the possession before. These last 3 minutes, once Mike Brown went to his defensive unit and his closing team, has done exactly what you need to do to win basketball games. You have to get stops and rebounds, and that's what the Knicks have done.
Big spot here for Robinson at the line. Can he make one of these? First one is a line drive off the back of the rim. It looked like he rushed that one. Both teams in the bonus. Again, no timeouts for the Mavs. Robinson. One dribble. Sets himself. Back rim. Rolls around. No good. Rebounded by Washington, and he's fouled by Hart with 5.9 seconds to go. And that will put P.J. Washington at the free throw line, Wally, and I'm not sure that wasn't intentional by Josh Hart.
That's fine. With this little time on the clock, you do not want to let the Dallas Mavericks get up a 3 to tie this basketball game and send it to overtime. You commit a foul, now you play the free throw game. Knicks better make their free throws, though. They missed their last 4. Shamet missed 2, and Mitchell Robinson missed 2. But here, you got to make sure you block out. You got to make sure you get the rebound if it's missed. And P.J. Washington, I imagine, is going to try to make both, because if he does, the Knicks could possibly miss their next free throw, and they would have a chance to tie or win the game.
So here's Washington, Dallas trailing by 3, 5.9 seconds to go. First one is up and good. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns back in. Mitchell Robinson, Deuce McBride to the bench. No, they're keeping Robinson in the game. And Shamet is out. So they're keeping Robinson in, I guess, in case Washington misses this intentionally. Then you have Robinson and Towns in there for the rebound. So we'll see how Washington plays this. They have no timeouts. Free throw is good. Timeout Knicks with 5.9 seconds to go. One of their 2 remaining timeouts.
Yeah, this is the smart move by Dallas. Try to make both those free throws. Knicks still maintaining the 1-point lead, so they're in the driver's seat here. Dallas is going to go for a steal immediately. They still have time. Go for a steal. If you don't get it on the first pass, you got to commit a foul quick and hope that the Knicks miss one of those free throws, because then they got an opportunity to tie this ball game with a 2.
2 huge shots by Landry Shamet in the final 62 seconds of this game. Each one of them giving the Knicks the lead. But as you mentioned, 4 straight missed free throws, 2 by Shamet, 2 by Mitchell Robinson, has left the door open here for Dallas. The Knicks leading by 1 with 5.9 seconds to go.
Yeah, and I'm sure Landry Shamet wants those 2 free throws back. He's an 84% free throw shooter. If he makes one of those 2 free throws, it becomes a 2-possession game, and the Knicks are really looking good to get their first road win. At the same time, you just have to, these kind of moments are good for the Knicks. They need to go through these type of games, these type of situations, new coaching staff, get on the same page here, communicate through who's going to be out in the what lineups are going to be out there in these type of situations. Obviously, Mike Brown wants to get all his best free throw shooters out in the game. The timeout is huge because it advanced the ball past half court. So now it's in the front court for the Knicks, and they have a little bit more room to get the ball in.
And they do have 1 timeout remaining. Hart will inbound. Bridges and Brunson. McBride and Towns in the game. Towns and McBride are in the backcourt. Bridges is foul line extended in the front court. Comes and sets a screen for Brunson, who's being double teamed. And Hart has to use the final timeout for the Knicks. So Brunson, as you would expect, was the number 1 option there for the Knicks, and they threw the double team at him. He was unable to get open, so the Knicks will go back to the whiteboard in the huddle, but this time it's more imperative because they're out of timeouts as well.
And now they know exactly what Dallas did on that play. What Dallas did is, with Bridges and Brunson in the front court, the 2 of them screening for each other, they were trying to get open. Brunson coming straight and flashing to the ball. The problem is Klay Thompson, who was on the ball, he turned around and double-teamed Brunson. And therefore, there was no chance to get the ball to Brunson. Bridges had a defender draped all over him. So the Knicks are going to have to adjust if that's what Dallas is going to do. They're going to use the guy who's defending the inbounder to turn and try to double team and take away the pass.
Brunson, 27 points. One of 5 Knicks in double figures tonight. And again, it's Brunson leading the Knicks back out onto the floor. Hart and Towns, McBride and Bridges. So Mike Brown switching up the formation this time. Hart will still inbound, but now it's Towns and Brunson in the front court. Bridges and McBride in the backcourt. 5.9 seconds to go. Knicks lead 112-111. Both teams out of timeouts. Hart inbounding left sideline front court. Brunson in the corner. Dribbles towards the basket and is fouled with 3.8 seconds to go. So they get Brunson to the line, and they actually ran 2 seconds off the clock. Max Christie commits the foul, his 4th. And Brunson with 2 free throws, and the Knicks leading by 1. Brunson's 3 for 4 from the line tonight. They used to cheer him here in Dallas the first 4 seasons of his career. First one is no good. 5 missed free throws in a row for the Knicks. Towns out, Shamet in. The Knicks' tallest player on the floor right now is Mikal Bridges. Again, Dallas has no timeouts. Brunson standing at the top of the key. Now he gets the ball from Scott Foster. Knicks leading by 1. 3.8 seconds to go. Brunson spins it back to himself a couple of times. Sets. Good. 2-point game. No timeouts. P.J. Washington's going to inbound. Officials pick up the ball to give Dallas a chance to set up for a potential game-tying or game-winning shot. Washington runs the baseline towards half court, Lively into the front court. Williams drives baseline, flips it up. It's an offensive foul. The ball went in. It's an offensive foul against Brandon Williams.
Wow, are you kidding me? It was, and this is obviously, I would think, going to be challenged by Jason Kidd. Yes, that's a great call by the official. Landry Shamet was sliding his feet. The chicken wing came out. Brandon Williams hooked him. There was a lot of contact there. That is the right call. What a job by the official.
And they can't challenge because there's no timeout. So the Knicks with 0.7 seconds to go. Bridges lobs it in. Washington touches it. The game is over, and the Knicks survive 113-111.
I told you it wasn't going to be easy, Pat.
You were right about that. The Knicks are off the schneid on the road. Their first road victory of the season, 1-4, and they really had to grind this one out.